And let me go live. All right, here we go. Server meeting. So for those that are new here, if you look at the channel you're in, server meeting stage channel, there'll be like a little chat bubble looking thing you can click. If you open the chat, it'll have a text channel attached to this voice channel that we're in. You guys are more than welcome to post whatever you want in that text channel, spam memes, have fun, whatever, shoot the shit. Just know during the meeting we don't actually pay attention to that for like, answering questions and stuff like that. For that, you need to wait till the Q&A at the end. Every meeting I suggest that people, you can't hear? You guys can hear me, right? Can everybody hear me? You good? Okay. I always suggest that people, open up Notepad or something, take notes, because it never fails. I'll be rambling and talking and rambling and talking, and somebody will have a question or a comment about something I say. They'll try to ask it in chat. I can't do that during the meeting, and then by the Q&A they forget about it. So open up your Notepad as I'm going through stuff here. If you have a question or a comment, just type it in Notepad. That way, when the Q&A comes at the end, you guys are already ready. Oh, I like that picture. That looks good. All right. So, and for those that are new, all we do is every month, the admin team just keeps notes on things that we want to discuss with the players. Yes, some of them are going to be negative. I mean, let's face it. It's just the way life is. Human nature, when something negative happens, you kind of take notice of it. So some of them are negative, some of them are positive, some of them are new things we want to show you guys that we're working on. Once we're done going down our list of notes, we switch to a Q&A where we let players ask questions or make comments or just, tell us about their birthday party they had. I don't care, whatever. We try to keep it kind of quick. We actually have a lot of notes for tonight's meeting. We got spoiled. The last two meetings were probably the shortest in our history. So be ready. This meeting is actually back to the normal length, which means the Q&A, we got to kind of shrink it down a little bit. The last meeting was, the Q&A was 3 times as long as the actual meeting itself. So we got to definitely tone down the Q&A part a little bit. I want everybody to get a chance to voice their thoughts though. So, and after the Q&A, I will start streaming. We have 2 maps to show you tonight. Good Christmas fun going on. And I have a new plugin I need to show you too. So there'll be a lot going on in the stream tonight. If you guys are not already in the stream, I highly suggest you at least get it ready, or get it open. I'm not trying for follows or likes or whatever the hell Twitch does. It's just easy way for me to easy way for me to show you. Yeah, dude, click the bell. Don't forget to ding the bell. I don't know what the fuck all that is. I really don't care. It's just an easy way for me to show you my screen. You're more than welcome to watch the stream right now. I just have it on Discord for now until I start showcasing some stuff. Big Black Terry, it leaves. Am I right? Was that it? Was that the answer? I don't know. All right, so moving on to the first note. Welcome new staff. So I'm sure you guys have seen we've got some new staff on board. Anyway, well, welcome to the new staff. They've been doing a great job so far. I'm sure they will be the first to vouch that this is not an easy job. And they're really on the staff side of it so far. They actually are pretty limited in what they can and cannot do and what they. By the way, forgive my dog. Today's his birthday and he's got a pile of new toys that he's in here playing with right now. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And he has to do it right up my feet for some reason. So if you hear a bunch of squeaking and growling in the background, that's why. I show dog pics all the time. He's cute. Here, I actually hold on. I will physically take my camera right now as he's staring at me, wondering why I'm talking about him, and I will take a picture and I will send it to y'all. You ready?
Sure, Roger.
There we go.
Not a Bailey cam in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna need today's newspaper as proof of life.
To proof of life. Hold on. Can I actually join this? See if it'll let me post to the staging channel from my phone here. I'm not sure if it will. Oh, there's the chat button. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. So when it's 1:00 in the morning tonight, and you guys are wondering why the meeting took so long, it's my fault for the. All right, so that was weird. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
When I joined that channel to put the picture, it switched me to my phone, so like I could hear y'all talking through my phone, but it took me out of the channel here. Anyway, so there he is. Today's his birthday. He just turned 4. And he loves his little toys. All right. Anyway, congrats to the new staff. Like I said, not an easy job. They've been doing a great job of it. It only gets harder from here, so stick with it. It's rewarding. I love all the dog spam. Believe it or not, that's part of our interview process for staff, to ask if you're a dog person. We're pretty big dog people back here. Speaking of which, we are hiring. So if anybody wants, put in staff applications. Never take it personally if we don't get back to you. Hell, it could be who you base with for all you know. That gets you rejected, but just put one in. Feel free. All right, moving on to the next note. Hey, is LSD Limeade? Are you in the channel? Are you in the meeting? LSD Limeade. LSD Limeade? Going once? Going twice? Nope. All right. Well, if anybody happens to find LSD Limeade, today's his birthday, I found out. So tell him happy birthday for us. Yes, Bailey, somebody else's birthday. Go lay down. It's not just yours.
I'm glad you cleaned that up. It sounded like drug-seeking behavior.
Yeah, it did.
Anybody got LSD and limeade?
It's my birthday.
All right, moving on. This is not going to be the fun topic here, but let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. PvP Day Drama. That's the title of this one. So I'm just going to read a little bit of what I typed here. This could come off as really bad. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. First, let me link a picture. Here's a good example. You guys could slow down the chat in there real quick so people can see that picture. So that's an F7 report. Like I said, we can see them. We don't, they don't go to us like in a support ticket, but we can see them scrolling by. That's an F7 report right there of, and it doesn't matter who it's against or who it's from or what it is. Nothing to do with that. It's the reaction and how we get treated. If you look at the second screenshot, you can see this guy did a hell of a lot more killing than the person he reported did to him. And as a matter of fact, other people killed him more than that person did. So the reason I'm posting that is look what he said about us. I mean, basically, he's an idiot. Face Punch doesn't do things like he's trying to tell them to do in the F7 report there. Basically just trying to get our server shut down because I won't ban somebody that he claims is cheating because they killed him. Like, are you freaking serious? Like, is that big of a deal to you? So, well, you Big Black Terry, we have a PvP day at the end of the way. All right, so let me read what I posted in my note because honestly, this PvP day really pissed a lot of us off to the point where we're going to discuss during this meeting if we're even going to have PvP days anymore after how bad the last one was. So I'm just going to read my note flat out. If it comes off as hostile, I typed this note that night. So yeah, I was probably in a pretty good mood that night when I typed this. A lot of this is stupid as Komomo's fault. Everyone thinks that admins have some secret button. Everyone thinks that admins have some secret button they can press to find cheaters because Komomo is basically scripted shit. He's networked in with a huge network of servers that share their ban information with each other. So he knows that someone has been banned for cheating the moment they log into his server. The instant they show up, he already knows that they've been in trouble for cheating. We have that same thing, but we're obviously in a much smaller network of server groups than he is. We've got a couple that we're networked with. He has hundreds. So that's how he gets his information in the first place. He doesn't have a magic button or some kind of magic tool or ability that lets him know people are cheating. He just knows because they've already been busted somewhere else for cheating. And he does not actually wait to catch them cheating. He just does his little trolly stuff that he does, which I give him credit. He's funny. He's fun to watch. He does his little trolley stuff to them or whatever. He makes everyone get the wrong impression, though, on how this actually works. All we can do is watch you, period. We run all the same plugins everyone else runs for detecting possible cheats, including Komomo. Actually, his little plugin where he fucks with people, Payback. I've had that plugin longer than he's even had that plugin. I've had that plugin since it was not even publicly available. The developer of that plugin actually gave it to me long before it was released. So we've had the same plugin. We got the same tools that Komomo has. I can tell you right now that we had one alert all night from those plugins, the ones that we run. We do run plugins that detect cheaters. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. They don't detect cheaters. They just detect anomalies that alert you to stuff like, hey, this guy, he kind of is, his shots are really grouped together really tightly, at 200 meters and he's running. You might want to look into him. It watches for stuff like that. It watches for, hey, this guy just spun around and headshot somebody instantly. You might want to go investigate that, right? So we have a plugin that tracks all this stuff. It only runs during PvP day because it's a very heavy plugin. It tracks every bullet fired, everything you do, it tracks it all. And it does mathematical equations to try to calculate if it seems kind of inhuman or not. So that's why we only run it on PvP day. But all we can do is watch you. I can tell you right now, from all of our cheat detection plugins, we had one alert that entire night from those plugins. Just one time. And it was not even a major one. Like, that was a pretty close recall group. You might want to check it out type thing. It was just a stupid alert. I can also tell you that I have personally sat there and fired off M249s on our test server with that plugin and got it to ding me as an aimbot cheater a dozen times within just a few minutes. Literally just purposely, trying to hold my grouping as tight as I could get it on purpose. And it flagged me almost a dozen times as a cheater. And I was not using any cheat, obviously. I was just trying to test the plugin. So even those tools are unreliable. The worst part about it is we are damned no matter what we do. Every PvP day, both sides of the big battle, because there's always some big clan battle, both sides are F7 reporting each other all night long. Literally from the moment it starts to the moment it ends, they just keep F7 reporting each other the whole night. The guy above in the screenshots that just raged on me, he is mad because he reported someone for cheating yesterday and we were not even in PvP mode yet. But what are we supposed to do? I can tell you right now that in the drama that night with PvP day, there were about half a dozen admins at that big battle. I can tell you right now that every single player that was reported got spectated and watched by the admins. In spectate mode, we can see everything through your eyes. Everything you do, everything you see in first person, as if we were you. Even your map markers are visible to us when we spectate you like that. We watched every single player that got reported that night. All night long, half a dozen admins. That's all we did was spectate every single person that got reported. Sometimes multiple admins were spectating the same person. If we ban the person that you accuse of cheating, he hates us and calls us racial slurs. If we ban you because he reported you also, then you call us racial slurs. So what are we supposed to do? Like, what does everyone expect us to do in this situation? Please enlighten me on what we are supposed to do in that kind of situation. Because that last PvP day got so out of hand, it was absolutely ridiculous. We were getting called all kinds of names. We were getting called, racial slurs, homophobic slurs, lazy ass admins, piece of shit admins. We were getting F7 reported to what, face punched. Like, you need to shut this server down because the admins are allowing cheaters. And like, no, we're not. No, we're not. Just because someone killed you 2 times in a row doesn't mean they're cheating. Could they be cheating? They could be. Who knows? Face punch does not provide anybody with the tools to detect cheaters. Not even Komomo. The problem is Komomo, his is scripted. It's not real. He's not actually catching cheaters. It's not real shit. So he's giving a false... It's almost like when your wife watches The Real Housewives and then she thinks that that's how the real world is. No, that's not how the real world is, babe. I'm sorry to tell you. It's all scripted. So that's what Komomo is doing. Yeah, exactly. He's giving admins a bad name. Komomo is. All of y'all are watching him and all of y'all are thinking, well, Komomo knows exactly when somebody's cheated. No, he doesn't. It's scripted. It's fake. Stop falling for that shit. I'm telling you right now, the only way to really, really, really catch cheaters is F7 report them and let Facepunch sort it out. Yelling at us and screaming at us and bitching that we don't ban the person you F7 reported is not only ignorant, but it's not going to solve anything at all. the guy is also F7 reporting you too. So by that measure, we should be banning you, right? Right? I mean, ban whoever gets F7. Isn't that the method? So I don't know. Maybe this needs to get brought up from some players in the Q&A part, because I don't know what to do here. I'm getting real tired of, we got shit on last PvP day. The things that were said about us and the way we were treated because we weren't banning people that you were F7 reporting was absolutely insane. I have never seen our entire team get treated in such a terrible way for doing nothing. We were literally getting called lazy, worthless admins, piece of shit, terrible servers, blah, blah. And like, are you kidding me? Like, are you absolutely kidding me? We spent our entire night, which is supposed to be our night off, by the way. PvP night is like, cool. We don't really support PvP, so we can take a night off and play some games together. But instead, we spend the entire night, that's 2 in a row now, that we spent the entire night spectating and watching all these quote-unquote cheaters, and nothing conclusive for many of them. So I don't know what everybody expects us to do. And no, by the way, I'm not looking for suggestions. I'm making PvP zones and PvP monuments. We've already done all that stuff before. It made things worse. Nobody did shit with them. Okay, moving on to the next topic. Get that one out of the way. Oh, that was a rough one. Let me see. Sorry, my stuff, I have to scroll around because it's in different ways. I rearranged my notes to get all the negative ones just out of the way in the beginning of the meeting. That way we can end on a positive note here. There were 2 really big negative ones, so let me hit the other one real quick now. This one, this note is titled, quote unquote, fucking power trippin' admins. I'm just going to read to you what I typed under this note. This is over deployable limits. On a night when instead of being in bed, I am up rescuing infection from their IO bottleneck. I know my stance was, fuck it, let the players police themselves with deployables. If they crash the server, then that is their loss. But this has gone way beyond that stance now, forcing us to intervene. The industrial and the crafting shit has gone so far that we have had 2 complete IO stalls in the past week. Hell, that was back when I typed this. Now I think it's shit, probably had like 10. When things start making us have to crawl out of bed and lose sleep, and worse, wake up my wife when she has to get up at 4 a.m. for work, then you're damn right I'm going to be a power tripping admin. You don't need 75 industrial lights. People played Rust for 10 years without those. You don't need 24 farm plots. People played Rust for 10 years without those. You don't need to wallpaper your entire base with rugs. Look, it boils down to this. Do you all want to elaborate? I'm sorry, can't read my own damn writing. Do you all want elaborate custom maps, huge handcrafted, constantly spawning raid bases, massively taxing plugins like skill tree, enchantments, zombie hordes, marketplace, etc., etc.? And do you want all of the challenging, custom NPCs and all the other content? If you want all of that stuff, then these things need to be controlled, plain and simple. If you want a build server, then we can remove raid bases, skills, enchantments, NPCs, and the marketplace, and you all can literally just build 5-grid castles full to the rim of farms and industrial stuff. But you can't have both, period. You're trying to tow a yacht with a 1976 Corvette. Sure, both things are pretty cool. The Vet is badass and the yacht is pretty sick, but it just does not work that way. You can't have both. You want all of that heavy load stuff I described? Awesome, so do I. But that means you can't have the pretty Corvette style build server that some of you think this is. You can't have both. It just doesn't work that way. Make your choice, because I am now losing actual sleep over this, and so is my wife. And to be cussed at and insulted over it really pisses me off. So as you can tell, somebody obviously got really rude with me over a deployable violation. That's why I wrote this note, if you couldn't deduct that from what I said. And they did. Somebody was way over on deployables, and when we asked them to correct it, he starts cussing and talking shit and rage quitting the server about fucking power tripping admins. Like, I'm not power tripping. I'm just trying to tell you that you don't need 75 industrial lights. Like, what the fuck how is that hard to comprehend? Yeah, they were extremely mean to us. It's ridiculous. And they usually are. You got to get these things under control, and you got to quit insulting us. And I guess this kind of ties into the last topic with PvP Day. Stop yelling at us. for trying to uphold things. We do watch for cheaters. We can only work with what we're given. We want to have all these powerful, extremely taxing plugins that we run, which we do run, and these huge maps that we run with tons of entities. We want to have all that stuff too. But you can't have that and, 75 industrial lights and 95, farm planters and all this shit. You can't have both. I can tell you every time I play this game, I usually have a pretty decorated base. I'm an RP type player. I just like things to look cool, nice little view of the sunset from my base, that kind of stuff. And I've never even gone to half of what our deployable limits are set to in our server guidelines. Not even half. So if you guys are hitting those deployables or going way over them, we're not power tripping. You're just putting too much stuff down. All the limits are displayed on our website. Yeah, the limits are way high. So that's the other problem too, is these limits aren't meant to be goals. They're meant to be limits. Like, you don't need to aim for that. Like, just because it says you can have 9 planners right now doesn't mean you actually need 9 planners. Trust me, there's been a lot of drama behind closed doors about that. Like, I personally don't think you need more than 2. And if it was my way, there'd be 0 planners. But I don't see why anybody would ever need more than 2 planners. But as always, I cave and I let it be 9. But it doesn't mean you have to put down 9, If you don't need 9, don't put 9 down. I think that's the problem. All right, moving on to the next note. You can definitely tell I rearranged these notes to be in order of, like, get the nasty ones out of the way first. I'm trying to find where this one is, because there was more to it than that. I can't figure out where it went. Sorry, I'm losing my place here. I don't know where that one went. It was something where a person has had something happen to them in my note here. Yeah, I don't know where that note went. So we're going to skip that one for now, I guess. All right, moving on to another one. Sorry, Trigger.
It's all good.
Tickets without evidence. All right. It's an easy one to touch on. We touched on this a billion times before. People putting in tickets without evidence, believe it or not, it actually started getting better for a while there. And now lately it's started slowly shrinking back down the other way. So as we say, I don't get, maybe someone can explain this to me. This was kind of what I was asking earlier in chat. Yeah, exactly, Wookie. When I said, how do we get people to read stuff, is, I don't know, I just feel like people aren't reading stuff. Like, for instance, go to our support bot channel here. And in the stream, you can see I'm there right now. I purposely rearranged this, so you have to scroll up now to get past all the flashing red lights to get to where you click on a support ticket. And right there in flashing red lights, it says, if you don't have proof of this, don't put a ticket in. We physically cannot help you. Rust does not log anything, and it really does not log anything. It's not a joke. It's not just something we say because we want to be lazy. It physically does not log anything. I can see when you die. I can see when you shoot an NPC. I think that's it. Admin team, correct me if I'm wrong. That's pretty much all that scrolls by, right? In the log there. I mean, we can see when you teleport technically because it says has woken up. So we know that's what that means usually. I mean, that's pretty much it. So we can see you shooting NPCs and killing them. We can see you waking up, and we can see when you die. That's all the log shows us, period. It doesn't show us anything else. Huh?
Finishing a raid base.
Yeah, if you complete it. Well, that's not even the log. That's actually the raid-based plugin exporting that. Yeah.
Right.
Hell, the only reason I can see when you die is because I actually coded that into our corpse teleporting plugin. Like, hey, when you're tracking a new corpse, man, why don't you print that shit to the log real quick so we can at least see where they died. So Rust does not log anything. So these flashing lights right here that tell you don't put a ticket in if you did not take the time to record it, or if it's not something we can witness with our own eyes. And what that means is if I can log in as an admin and see it happening, then that's cool. Someone's shooting out the twig on your base, or someone's running through town screaming the N-word. If I can log in and see it happening, cool. If it has already transpired and it's over with, you need to get a shadow play clip of it, or we cannot help you physically. We even have links right here to shadow play and AMD relive so that you can see how to install those. We do all that stuff. And then when you open the ticket, the bot even asks you, do you have any evidence? Do you understand that we cannot help you if you don't have evidence? And then it asks you again, are you sure you read all that flashing red light stuff on the ticket? There's like 5 different hoops you got to jump through. And the reason we make you jump through all those hoops, I feel like I have a sneeze coming, so if I pause, that's why. It's a bad one. Sorry. Ugh. The reason we make you jump through all those hoops is in hopes of weeding out the tickets that ignored the flashing red lights and don't have proof. But it seems to have stopped working. Like, people just ignore it. We have tickets literally today and yesterday even. Did you notice all the flashing red lights that we don't accept tickets without proof? Yes. Do you agree that we can't help you if you don't have any proof? Yes. And then, okay, tell us your problem. And they're like, hey, I dropped some C4 on the ground and it fell through the map and I can't get it back. Okay, do you have a clip? No. Do you have anything? No, I'm just telling you. Well, we can't do it without proof. Well, can't you check the logs? I'm like, dude, you literally just agreed to having read all that. Why are you still putting a ticket in? And then they're like, well, I didn't know. And then we'll link them back. Well, did you check the known issues page? Because that's a known issue. And it says on the known issues page, don't do these things. We don't support them. Oh, I didn't know about that. It's like, oh my God. So that just kind of gives you a little behind the scenes of what we go through in every ticket. So please listen carefully. If you don't have proof, and if we can't physically see it for ourselves, don't freaking put a ticket in. I mean, that's just it. I don't know what else to say about that. It's on our website under known issues. And don't worry, the known issues page is one of my notes tonight. I thought I had more to this than that, but I can't remember where that. This is the problem when you rearrange the order of your notes, because the details in them are spread around now. But we have to have proof. I mean, it's just all there is to it. Yeah, I don't see the rest.
I think anybody who has submitted a ticket with video can attest that we not only in 95, 99% of the cases address their issue. Generally, we're able to make them whole if something was lost due to, a game bug that, it's maybe outside of our control, but we got video of it, so we're at least going to help you out.
Yep, I found my note finally, but yeah, it's just
Video's a golden ticket, man.
Everybody's ticket, they assume they're the exception. Like, yeah, I agree to that. I know I read all that stuff, but my situation is different. I need you to spawn this stuff back in for me. Like, no, that's not how this works. So you gotta have evidence with your tickets. So moving on to the next note here. Suggestion repetitiveness. All right, yeah. I've almost gotten rid of the suggestions thing again. It'll be like the 5th time now. But the admins convinced me to leave it up. But I'll still read my note anyway. My note says, holy shit, please stop with the same suggestions over and over. If you have less than 1,000 to 2,000 hours on Zombieland, please stop putting in these drastic, I think we should completely reconfigure XXX so that it does blah, blah, blah suggestions. You have no idea, not even a slight idea, of how many thousands of hours of balance, design, configuration, and tweaking has gone into every little detail of these servers. I know I'm coming off as some cocky know-it-all in that statement, but I'm telling you, ask any of the behind-the-scenes admins, like the leads and people like that have really dug in behind the scenes. I mean, hell, Milkshake in chat right now is not even a fucking admin, and he's been behind the scenes to help us with stuff and seeing what I'm talking about. The amount of balance and work and spreadsheets and data and documentation, the amount of stuff that goes in behind the scenes to making sure everything is so balanced, it's just astronomical. Let me continue with my note here. From months and thousands of entries into spreadsheets for skills, all the way down to pixel by pixel adjustments of where the icons are on your screen. All of that has had hundreds of thousands of player hours in live gameplay, tons of feedback, tons of adjustment, and tons of balance. Please, for the love of God, stop trying to mold our servers into what you used to play on. There are reasons that this is going to sound real cocky, but I'm sorry, this is the way I feel. There are reasons that we are the best PvE server out there. Aside from the great staff and the great community, the main reason is because we don't try to mimic other servers or fit the mold. We are way different. We are challenging. We like to be challenging. And rather than just install plugins with their default configurations, we pay hundreds, even thousands, to get each plugin completely hand-tailored to fit our servers. And then, on top of that, we then hand configure every plugin with months, if not years of data to reinforce how we set them up. Your few dozen hours or even a few hundred hours on our servers does not give you the insight to know how things should be configured better than the tens of thousands of man hours that have already gone into this. So let me preface all that with some really new person had probably 12 hours had put in some suggestion at some point of like, oh, you should, and basically reconfigure the whole fucking server. This plugin here, you need to do this, do this, do this, do that, and then that plugin set this that way. Your quest system, change it all to this and do that. Literally just tell me how to redesign my entire server from the ground up after playing on it for 12 hours. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, no. I can tell you right now, I'm going to pull up an example in the background here. If I can find it. Shit, it's probably so old now. Let's see. Skills data. Trying to see if that's what I'm looking for. No, that's not the one, but it can give you some insight. Let me sorry.
And we're not looking to devalue the opinion of new players, because I mean sometimes a fresh set of eyes on something can lend us perspective. We just don't want people to think we're being harsh when we read something and know it's not going to work and decline to implement any of it.
Yep. All right, I found what I was looking for. Hold on, I gotta move. Let me move this over to my desktop. Sorry, I'm trying to find my Streamlabs. Okay, so this spreadsheet. If you're not watching my stream right now, you're probably not gonna be able to see this. So I guess you have to listen. If you are watching the stream, though, you'll be able to see my spreadsheet I'm talking about. So this spreadsheet right here. I mean, look at all that data. We went through here. Now, by the way, don't worry about these numbers. They've been tweaked since then. We have a different sheet that we use now for the actual setting. But you can see right here, we went through here. We did every single action you can take in the game, experience you earn for those actions, experience per hour for like pro level type players, experience per hour for noob level players, how many actions per hour they were managed to do, like node hits. I can tell you how many times a pro level player hit a node during an hour. I can tell you how many times a noob level type player hit one. And then adjusted experience, pro, noob. Then we have it with the vet bonus, all that kind of stuff like that. That's just your earnings per hour. So we went through, we had I think 20 to 30 players. You see Discord? There's no way you see Discord right now in my stream. We had 20 to 30 players for 60 days playing with this plugin to get all this data. You see right here with all the skills, we have it all dialed down to spreadsheets there. Then we have the stats. You can see where I broke down all these stats. I mean, I have it down to the swing. If you look down here at the very bottom, you can see, XP hits, time, hits per second for iron, stone, salvage, power tools, everything. How much experience per minute, procs per minute, final hit per minute, resources per minute, per second. We have it dialed down to everything. If you look at all this data right here, I mean, it just goes on and on. We have a scratch sheet where we can do all kinds of math calculations here. You can see where people were testing this, testing that. I mean, look at the stats. It just goes on and on about how much stuff we track. And that's just one spreadsheet. Believe it or not, there's more than one. Here we got more stuff being tracked. This is with all the different skills and stuff like that and enchanting. And you can see where people were tracking their stuff. Look at all the players. Look at all these players right here. All that data. XP per hour, skill points, available points, playtime, XP, highest level, what they put their points into. I mean, we just track everything, and we dial it all down to basically meet what we're trying to balance. I'm going to switch this back to Discord now. Okay. So anyway, I know that was kind of boring for those not watching the stream. That's just me trying to show you that we definitely put a lot of work into our balancing. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by messages. What was that noise? Is that somebody's mic?
I think it's Nola.
Nola.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Nola, your mic's hot. There you go.
Sorry.
Hopefully you're not going to the bathroom or nothing there.
He's working on the Jeep.
Right. He probably is. That's why he's really on his phone. He's pretending like he's driving.
Brakes.
He's pretending like he's driving.
Just pulled up to the house.
Okay. Anyway, so that was just trying to show you guys that we do put a lot of effort into our balance and how we set up our plugins. It's not just some default thing that we install. So please, before you tell me how to reconfigure our entire server, at least try to get a little bit of insight into all that. All right, moving on. Orphaned deployables decay rate. So mainly this is about high walls. We see players all the time leaving behind external high walls, like when they raid bases or something, or just leaving random deployables out in the middle of nowhere. And then when we confront them about it, I had a player get real rude with me, like, "Oh, it'll decay anyway." Well, actually, no, it fucking won't. The high walls and stuff like that, their decay rate is so slow that me and Nivix were actually working in a plugin trying to figure out ways to speed it up some. And after setting it to 100 times speed and still not being able to visibly see it slowly decay, I aborted the whole project. I was like, you know what, this is just ridiculous. So those things take forever to decay. So if you put down high walls or you put down random deployables out in the middle of nowhere, please take them. Even if it's a campfire, maybe you're cold, it's nighttime's coming in, you gotta stand there for a second so you can teleport. Take the stuff down, man. Like, try to take that stuff down. That stuff lasts forever. And again, the player getting smart with me that night and telling me, I don't have to take it down, it'll decay. Like, no, it won't. And now you're blocking 150 meter radius that raid bases can no longer spawn in anymore. Bags too. Take any of that shit down you don't need. Like, those things are, you got to remember, every deployable blocks 150 meter radius that no raid bases can spawn. That's huge. That's really huge. So you can put one campfire down and you got almost a whole map grid now that no raids can spawn on anymore because of that. So yeah, or feel free, shoot out some campfires and some sleeping bags. I'm not going to yell at you for that. That's for damn sure. Well, unless it's inside somebody's base and you're trying to do it, then it's a problem. All right, moving on to the next one. This will be a quick one. The monument locking plugin was removed. I'm sure most of you know that by now. It was removed. It was just too many problems. We were getting like a ticket an hour on that thing. It was just, we were just getting sick of dealing with it. I don't know what's wrong with it. It is a weird plugin. It kept locking people out of one thing when they had run something else. You know, somebody had run cargo and then they go to do an oil rig. It's like, you can't run another monument. And it's like, wait, what? So I just uninstalled it. It was too much to deal with. It wasn't working out that well. So please show courtesy. It's not a rule. You're not going to get in trouble for not doing this, but please announce when you're going to the oil rigs or something, just so that people can know ahead of time that they're out there. And when you get to the oil rig, you know, if someone's already on it, please leave. If we get a ticket, you know, that somebody was running an oil rig first, and you get there and you start taking loot and you start doing stuff, if they get a clip of you doing it with their shadow play, you will be dealt with. You will be on the losing end of that battle. So if you get to the oil rig, someone's already there, please leave. If you're heading to the oil rig or cargo ship or something, just call it out in chat. Again, it's not a rule to call it out, but we prefer you do. That way it just lessens the conflict. And just know that our rule is boots on the ground. Once your boots are on the ground of that monument, oil rig or cargo, that it's yours now. That doesn't mean sniping NPCs from a rowboat. That doesn't mean flying in a minicopter to get there. That means when your feet are touching that monument, it is now yours. If someone is already on there, then your feet touching the monument technically it's still theirs. If you die or if you leave to go deposit loot or whatever, you lose all claim to that monument. Now we can't expect players to take a survey of the whole server, like, hey, who was just on the oil rig? No, if you leave the oil rig or the cargo ship, whether it's through death or through your own choice, you don't have claim to it anymore. Period. Someone else can go over there and finish the run now. So you just might want to think about that before you teleport out of there, or leave one of your teammates behind to hold the claim for you or something, because boots on the ground is all that counts. If you're on a rowboat heading to the oil rig and somebody flies over you with a minicopter and lands there first, so be it. It's just how the game was designed. If you don't like it, tell Facepunch they never should have put minicopters in the game, because that's just how it is. We get tickets like that all the time. It's not fair. I was already heading there. Well, I'm sorry. So boots on the ground, the monument's yours. Also, yeah, if you see somebody running something like 3 times in a row, nonstop, and whoring it, just put a ticket in and we'll have a talk with them. It's not officially like in the rules officially, but it kind of falls under the, causing other people, or what, I forgot how I worded the rule, but impacting other people's enjoyment of our server type situation. We've had players before, huh?
And don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Yeah, we've had players before that literally, run oil rig 6 times in a row on Outbreak, the most crowded server, and it's like, dude, come on, give some other people a chance. And then actually, we had one situation where an admin said that to them, like, had to talk with them, hey, can you let other people take a turn? And then instead of being cool about it, the person actually got pissed at the admin. It was like, fuck this server then. Like, are you kidding me? Like, just because we asked you to let other people have a turn? Like, I don't know what's with some people, but just be polite. That's all. Moving on to the next note. We're more than halfway through, by the way, so that's good. Known issues on the website. One of the admins could post that link in the chat here. Please read the known issues. There it is. Please read that, because if you do read it, you will see that it says anything listed on this page we do not provide support for. This is basically that page right there is your warning. Don't do this, because we're not going to help you if you do. If I put a warning label, don't drink bleach, and you drink the bleach, you can't sue the bleach company now. That's your own damn fault. They had a warning. And that's what our known issues channel is. Our known issues channel is basically a don't drink the bleach channel, or web page, I guess you could say, not channel. If you do something that's listed in that channel that we already have acknowledged is broken and you should not do, and you still do it anyway, whether you read the page or not, that's not my problem. I can't force you to read a page. If you haven't noticed the topic lately, I can't force anybody to read anything. But bleach is delicious. Yeah, so you might want to read that page. If you do one of those things listed there, we will not help you or support you on those things. A main one would be dropping stuff on the ground to trade to your friend. That's on that page. Don't throw rockets on the ground trying to give them to your friend. They will fall through the map and you will lose them, because we don't support that. Type /trade. We have a trade plugin just for that purpose. Next one is yours, Aliana. I can finally take a break. Woohoo!
Well, there's not much to say. Hi, everybody. So I know that their servers have been kind of choking on IO entities, and this is part of Facepunch's fault, part of just the nature of the beast of wanting to use industrial and everything else. One of the things that has kind of been hyperfixated and looked at for adding to that is people who do farming. I know that, like, when I play, I love farming. I'm a staunch defender of keeping farming the same, or and keeping it enjoyable, and all of the things that we would want from that. But it's hard to have that conversation when 9 out of the 10 farms that I look at are put together in a really poor way. So I put together a farming guide. Thank you, Trigger. There's actually a thread for it as well that has text. If you don't want to listen to me talking, I don't blame you. But yeah, I put a farming guide together. It just kind of gives a basis of a couple of ways you can set up, whether it's a solo or a clan farm. It is the lowest possible entity count that I could think of. In making that video, I actually even learned something myself. One thing that video does not talk about and does not even go into is the chance of setting up timers and things to have optimal water. That video assumes just taking a bit of a loss on the water efficiency, and it's all just in the best effort of having the lowest impactful farm that you can have. I feel like, for us across the board to take 25% off of our efficiency, which is maybe 10 to 15 minutes, is a fair trade off to us having less plots overall or otherwise. So I just wanted to cover it in the meeting and make sure that you guys knew it was there. I would really ask that you take a look at it, especially if you don't know how to set up a garden, and try to adapt to it or something similar. And again, there is a more optimal way to do it that can still be decently efficient, but this way just kind of bypasses that altogether. So happy to answer any questions, happy to be pinged, happy to do whatever I can to help everybody. I really feel like if everybody who did a garden did something like this or less, it wouldn't be such a focal point of the frustration of lag. And it starts at windmills, it starts at sprinklers, it starts at lights. So please take a look at that video guide or read the text and try to come in line a little bit. And if you see someone who has a really poorly optimized farm, or they're doing it wrong, they've got a different light for every single plot, let them know that this exists, because I'm trying to get ahead of the problem that will inevitably come down if this doesn't get better. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yep, and as I said in chat just now, y'all might want to heed her warning and watch her tutorial and learn. And honestly, on top of that, you might want to really start considering it. Like, do I really need 9 farm plots? Is that really, am I going to actually constantly use those? Or even more is like, okay, you know what? I made what I had to make, or I did my farming quest or whatever I'm trying to do with these. I can't figure out what the hell people even do with these stupid ass farms. But whatever you do with them, maybe, hey, am I still using them for the rest of the wipe now? Oh, I'm not. Cool. Let's go ahead and disassemble that. Let's go ahead and take down the sprinklers and the lights and the farm plots now that I'm not using them anymore. You guys might want to start doing some of those things, because I am not exaggerating. You're probably going to have about 5 admins key up their mics when I say this. I am on a fucking warpath with these farms, to the point where I'm pissing off my admin team even. They're even fucking tired of hearing it. Like, I am on a fucking warpath against farms. So
It's not good.
And we've all had parents before, right? You remember when you were a kid, the best way to get your parents not to get on to you about something was out of sight, out of mind, right? If it's not something that's popping up in front of them all the time, they're not going to think about it. Same situation here is if I keep seeing these farms being a problem, man, I'm telling you, eventually the admin team has been fighting against me, literally 100% unanimously against me on my farm warpath I'm on. Eventually they're not going to win anymore. They'll tell you I'm pretty fair and I'm pretty, hey, I don't run this as like a monarchy. I don't know, I'm the owner, I can do what I want. I don't do that kind of shit to them. I never do. But I'm telling you, eventually that's gonna take over. Eventually they're just not gonna be able to stop me anymore. They are fighting to stop me, and so far they're successful at stopping me. But I'm telling you, they're not gonna be able to win that fight forever. So the only other option would be players get their farms under control, because there is nothing that's higher on my radar right now than farms. I literally, it's bad. Spend 30 minutes in voice with me at night, if I'm on server. And you'll probably end up muting me, because you'll get sick and tired of hearing me bitching about the farms I'm finding, how big they are, and how over just too much shit that they are. And actually, yeah, maybe some of the admins will start siding with me too, because it's just getting out of control. It's way out of control. Anyway, so, and again, yes, I know people like farming. Cool. Can you do it with less? Do you really need 15 planters to for a solo? It's just ridiculous. So can we tone it down some, please? Please. All right, moving on. Broken water, quote unquote, and no trainyard. Back in May, when FacePunch changed the water system, they completely broke the map editor. So now there's technically 2 map editors. There's the one from before May, which doesn't support a bunch of other stuff now because it's old and broken. And now there's the new one, which is trying to deal with their new water model, which has its own problems. If you use the new beta map editor, your water doesn't work. Your water's broken. Like, it looks like water, but when you jump in it, you swim under it, it doesn't look like water now. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen that at some point on the map. What you guys have been calling broken water. If you use the old map editor so that your water is good, well, guess what? FacePunch just changed the trainyard last month, and the old editor doesn't have it. So if you use the old editor, it deletes your trainyard. But hey, at least your water works, right? So it's kind of the lesser of two evils. Like, there's a lot of situations like this, by the way, from FacePunch, where we literally are damned if we do, damned if we don't. So the lesser of two evils lately has been, well, I don't want to delete the trainyard, so I guess I'll use the broken water map editor. The good news is I think that's being fixed, so hopefully it will be. The bad news is it just is what it is. I mean, we just got to pick the lesser of both worlds. When we had to rewipe last wipe, that's why. Because I had forgot that I had tried to save the water and make the water work so you guys could do your farms on the river, blah, blah, blah. And when I did so, I forgot that I had added trainyard to that map. At last minute, I added trainyard to that map. And then when I saved it with the good map editor to make the water work, it got rid of the trainyard. And then we booted the servers and found the giant hole where the trainyard used to be. I was like, shit. And we had to bring them back down again, go back, put the trainyard back in, save it with the old map editor, and then reboot the servers. That's why we had to do a double wipe on this last wipe. But that's why too, just behind the scenes, letting you know why it's like that. They do it with other things, like for instance NPCs. When Facepunch did their HDRP update and made doors so that if you leave a door scaled at default scale, 1.0, the normal size, when you open the door, it leaves an invisible barrier that players can't go through. So to make the doors work to players being able to pass through them, you have to scale the door down to 0 point something. But if you scale it down to 0 point something, now NPCs can shoot through the door because it doesn't exist to them anymore. So we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. We either have to let the NPCs shoot through doors, but then players can't pass through them, or players can pass through them, or we have to make it to where NPCs don't shoot through doors, but now the players can't go through the door either. So it's like, no matter what we do, it's shitty. So just kind of giving you some behind the scenes on the kind of stuff Facepunch dishes out to us there. Moving on. Hey, we're almost to the end, by the way. It's going pretty quick. I'm excited. Prizes for transfers are still a go. Trigger, I know your name was next to this one. I just went ahead and did it.
No worries.
Prizes are still a go just for infection. We are still giving away prizes to those who want to transfer to infection. Your prize is a free 30 days of vet gold and a free plus 10 skill points. If you're going to make the transfer, as always, I highly suggest you do it near a force wipe because everything wipes anyways and nobody cares. So you won't really be transferring anything at that point. You'll just be getting your free prizes. There are some restrictions to qualify for the prize. I think, what was it, less than how many hours on that server?
20.
Yeah, you have to have less than 20 hours on that server you're transferring to. In other words, you couldn't have played, Infection a year ago and, I want to transfer, give me some prizes. No, you can still transfer, you're just not going to get the prizes. So you have to have less than 20 hours on that server. You can't transfer back, obviously. We're not going to transfer the prize back to the other server. It's just a way to spread things out. The other server, to the people in chat, all you have to do is go to the support bot channel, and there's a server transfer ticket in there you can put in. Now let me clarify a few things with these transfers. Number one is the prizes, like I said, are only for the outbreak to infection transfers. We're still doing transfers from to Utopia, but we're not doing the prizes for Utopia at the time. Utopia actually built up more momentum than infection did, so we're trying to even that out now. The reason we do this in the first place, for those who are wondering, is we're trying to spread people out. Every wipe outbreak sits at a queue for like days. I mean, hell, last wipe it was at a queue for almost half the fucking wipe. And meanwhile, infection, which is literally a clone, exact same server, except most of our veteran players actually play over on infection now. Exact same server, half the population though, we're trying to spread things out a little bit. Everybody keeps joining on outbreak because it's the full one. For those who don't like PvP day, Utopia and Terminus, those two servers don't have PvP day. They have raid day, which you get no cooldowns, no lockouts for raids. You can just raid unlimited as much as you want on raid day. And you can also, I think Hellies and Bradleys don't have cooldowns either. You can just go ballistic and start blowing shit up as much as you want. And Terminus and Utopia, although they do have raid day, which doesn't have PvP, when we switch to Power Hour for that final stretch up to the wipe, PvP does get enabled for Power Hour. That way they can have some fun with all those toys. So if anybody wants to do server transfers, that's how you do it. Force Wipe's the best time to do it because, most of your stuff wipes anyway. Just know, as always, we do not do any transfer tickets on Force Wipe day. We're far too busy to do it that day. You're more than welcome to put in tickets ahead of time and just say, hey, I don't want this until Force Wipe. That's the smart way to do it, honestly, because that way I can just queue things up and we can get everything ready and we know what we got and we'll deal with it on Force Wipe. If you know that you're not going to be logging into infection until after force wipe. Like you want to do the transfer and get your prize, and you know for a fact that you're not going to log in until after force wipe. Do the transfer ticket now, because all it's going to do is transfer your vet gold, I guess, unless you want to use your vet gold on the old server. But it'll the plus 10 skill points. You don't want to redeem those before the force wipe, because then they will get wiped. So if you do put a ticket in early, make sure you let us know. Like, hey, I don't want this until force wipe, and we'll actually hold off on the prize until force wipe. That way you don't lose your prize. The skill point part of the prize, at least. The vet gold part doesn't wipe, but the skill points would. So you're more than welcome to put in a transfer ticket and just say, hey, please don't finalize this until the force wipe. But that way, at least you get it in ahead of time, because if you put it in on the force wipe, we are going to ignore it until the next day. Cool. So that covers transfer. And for more information, just go back to the announcements channel and scroll up. I announce this all the time, so just scroll up a little bit. You'll find an announcement about it. All right, moving on to the next note. Props on all the greetings. Mountain Juice, that's your note.
Yeah, I was just giving props to the staff and the admin team. We had a real rush to new players, and they got on it really good. We almost hit 1,500. So, great job to the team. We appreciate it, and we appreciate all the new players.
Oh, yeah. All right, moving on. Aliana, that next one's yours.
Oh yeah, this one's really not too long. So our Christmas snaps have a long history of end of the year sluggishness, whether it's traveling or coming right after Thanksgiving, where we lose basically a week because of various family obligations. And the long story short is that they're kind of a labor of love, but also a labor of holy shit, I gotta get this done ASAP. There's also some weirdness to some of the things that I've done with the maps that I've worked on, particularly in regards to scaling. I know that there's a map that, the volumes when you scale are much larger than the thing that you're looking at. I just wanted to kind of let everyone know that ahead of time, because there's going to be times where things maybe aren't working the way you should. I know the map that gets run at the end of the year, for example, there's some candy canes in the sky. Those candy canes have collision that will impact you flying through it. So if you get too close to it, you might get knocked off by something that you can't physically see. So I just kind of wanted to cover that and let you guys know there's nothing we can do about it. Face punch, unfortunately, there's only so many things that we can use to decorate with. There's only so many things that we can use when we're making these, and a lot of times these maps also don't get the opportunity to be tested as thoroughly, just because they're under such rush to make sure that we're done so that we have time to do things with our families. They're super fun, and I know T will probably cover how we're very open-handed during Christmas, so you might find that some things are giving you more things or more loot than you would expect normally. Don't let that set any expectations for you. And then finally, if you guys appreciate the work that gets done here, your gift to us for Christmas is not getting turned up about the petty things. Stop arguing about custom build spots. I'll tell you just one quick anecdote. One of the saddest things for me was when I made last year's Christmas map. I was really excited because it has more custom build spots on it than any map by like threefold. And then there's another like 30 custom or 30 build spots that aren't custom builds, so anybody could get them. And I was so excited because I was thinking, finally, we're not going to have any drama about custom builds because there's so many on this map. And then when the map launched, it was like more drama than ever. And it was like, what the hell? Like, I gave so much. There shouldn't be any opportunity for drama. And here we are. It's more than I even thought it could be. And it kind of made me a bit resentful. It's like, maybe I just won't do that again, because holy shit. So, anyway, long story short, just there's going to be some things that are kind of wonky. There's going to be some things that are a little half assed. There's going to be things that don't operate the way that you think they will. Just have fun, enjoy yourself, be merry, and don't take frustrations out on the admin team. Your Christmas gift to us can be letting go of the small shit. That doesn't mean don't put in tickets if you're having a hard time. That's what we're here for. But not making every single thing an issue would be a nice gift for them. Also, just as a heads up, because I'm sure some of you guys are going to get confused if you are playing on the server that I'm going to end up on, but I am actually going to be stepping back into player role to play for some of the for the month, and so I just want to make sure that I mention that so that people aren't like, well, you're an admin or you're not, blah 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 blah. That's all I have to say.
Perfect. Sorry, I was getting caught up in other chit chat there. All right, moving. Oh, actually, I'm going to interject a topic real quick. If you can do a timestamp now for that, it's going to be vet gold expiration. So I do. Tebix is fucking terrible. Not only does Tebix take half our money, like when you buy vet gold, was it $18? We only get like 10 of that. So not only does Tebix take our money, half of it, but then they hold it for like 2 to 3 weeks before they even let you have it. But then on top of that, half the time their shit don't work. We get tickets all the time where it's like, hey, I bought this and I didn't get it in game, and we're like, fucking Christ. I mean, I had one this morning, and he was right. He just physically, I saw one of the commands go, and one of the commands is Tebix said it went, but it never went. I checked the logs and it didn't go. So Tebix is a basic thief basically, and their shit don't even work half the time. So every now and then I do a vet gold audit where I literally just download everybody that has the vet gold flag in game, and I compare it person by person, line by line to our store, and find ones that, wait a minute, that one should have been expired and it hasn't expired. Well, come to find out, sure enough, Tebix didn't work. I hadn't done that in months because I've been so far behind on other things like maps. You guys know on Outbreak I did it recently, and I got that taken care of. I just did Infection last night in bed up until like 1 in the morning doing that shit. I still got to do Utopian Terminus, but I'm going to tell you right now, it was like an 80% rate. 80% of the vet golds I found were what I call clandestine vet gold. They shouldn't have vet gold. I found one that was from 2022 and still had vet gold. If you notice something like that, like, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's been like a couple days or something, I could see you missing it. Like, yeah, I didn't realize it expired already. But if you've gone like months and months and you still have vet gold, at what point do you just be an honest person and be like, you know what, it's supporting these servers. Let me go ahead and let them know. And we don't get me wrong now. By the way, we do. I think we had probably half a dozen people in the last month let us know that their vet gold should have expired. And I deeply appreciate that when you guys do that. That's very honest of you. And we do note your profile, by the way. I think one of our recent admins or staff that was brought on board. That was the first note they had on their profile, that they had said something about their vet gold being expired. But anyway, just know that that's a tedious process that I go through. I do have a solution, and I am working on that solution. I'm actually going to custom code some a thing that when the vet gold command gets fired off, I'm gonna have it log it to an actual file, and then when you log in the server, it's going to compare that file date timestamp to see if your vet goal should have expired, and hopefully automate the whole thing, like beyond Tebix, like on our own hands. But until I get that done, there's not much I can do about it, but just keep auditing it and stuff. So just please be honest. If you realize your vet goal should have expired, just say something to us. I mean, again, we're not going to yell at you. I mean, hell, even admins have it happen. I think last time I did an audit, there were like 3 admins that had vet gold that should have expired already. But the one last night was terrible, man. I found one from 22. I found one that was like 9 months old. There was a bunch. I mean, and when I say 80%, I mean 80% of all the vet golds I found were should have been expired long ago, and they weren't. So, yeah, admins have to pay for that shit too. If they want it. I mean, they don't have to, but if they want vet gold, they got to pay for it. I told you, I tell all y'all from day one, man, admins, players, we are all the same people. We are no one's above anyone else. Admins do inherit some perks that just go because the rank is higher, like the perks that roll uphill type perks, little bonuses and stuff like that top voters and champions and vet golds get. But as far as like the vet gold kit and all that kind of stuff, admins are not given free vet gold. Yeah, admins are just players that are willing to let you guys, I guess, call them the N-word and do whatever else.
He's not kidding. Like, we get treated like you guys do. My stuff got yeeted into the Oblivion last wipe, guys. I didn't get it replaced. And,
Gotta have a recording. Same thing. Yeah, we've admins lose stuff too, and if they don't have a shadow play, we don't give them their shit back, period. We treat y'all the exact same way. And as a matter of fact, more than one time, the words come out of my mouth of like, no, we make our players do this. We got to do it too. I think that came out of my mouth today during the staff meeting, didn't it? Pretty sure it did for something.
I feel like sometimes it's almost a little bit unfair because it's like we have that inherent like ranking from the get go, and things like we get double and triple bears right out the bat from barrels and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Now they do get that, and that sucks because that's one of the things they do inherit is that they automatically get the high end barrel surprises right off the bat, fresh force wipe. But no, admins they gotta do everything just like you guys do everything, man. They don't get any special treatment like that. Matter of fact, if anything, admins get less because they're restricted on things that you guys are not restricted on. If you guys, one of these days, Nola, we should probably record our staff interview process where we tell everybody the bad parts about being an admin. We should record that one day. I don't think the player base really realizes just how many restrictions are on our admin team. And I know people that have been through interviews recently definitely know.
I was gonna say it's about an hour interview, and like 40 minutes of it is bad stuff.
Yeah, it's, and we do that during the interview process to weed out the people that aren't really down for it. All right, I'm going to inject another topic here. Trigger it's going to be exactly what I just DM'd you about.
Okay.
Might as well do it now, right? It'd be fun. Never done it that way before. So, Moon Howler, are you in the fucking you in the meeting here?
Yes, he's in your Discord.
Yeah,
as
you
well, or
better
your
be.
Twitch.
Yeah. See, you trying to come on board, man. You have to impress me and show up to the meeting now. So, you know what? I asked Trigger in DM just now, did you let Moon know that he has officially been accepted and will be brought on board as our new staff member? And he said, no, I hadn't let him know yet. So you know what? I'm going to embarrass him right here in front of the whole server and let him know. Congrats, Moon. You got all yes votes, so we are going to be getting in touch with you shortly to schedule staff training for you. So congrats, Moon. Don't let us down, man.
Moon.
Welcome to the dumbest decision you ever made. Yeah, look at Reaper, poor guy. All right, moving on to the next topic. Oh, wow. All right, time for my special announcement. I probably shouldn't have said that in Discord earlier because now everybody's thinking it's something exciting or important. It's not. It's actually lame.
It is.
No, it's not. It's lame and it's
It
stupid.
fucking is.
And you
No,
guys,
this is a record-breaking moment right here.
and you guys are literally, gonna. Yeah,
Do
but
it.
I'm going to, but the players are gonna be like, "Wow, that's the announcement, really? That's
If
fucking.
they're not happy, they're just.
That's fucking
crazy.
lame, bro. That's fucking lame, bro."
It's not lame. Get prepared, everybody.
All right, so T-Bird is actually going to play a full wipe on my servers without any pause. I'm not going to tab out and answer tickets. I'm not going to go work on maps. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to play a full wipe on our servers starting Thursday. It really sucks. I really wanted to do it for the second wipe of December because that's when the brand new map is coming out. But I'll be out of town for half that wipe, and I want to commit. I want to play a full wipe. So for those that don't know, these servers are almost 5 years old now. A couple more months, they'll be 5 years old. I've never got to play a wipe on my servers. I tried once. I only made it a couple days, and just too many tickets and too many map issues kept coming up, and I had to get back to work. I've never got to play a wipe on my own servers. I've been running these things for almost 5 years. A lot of work and a lot of maps. I'm sure you guys have watched my map stream and see how much love I put into the maps. I haven't even got to enjoy them ever. I haven't even played Rust pretty much in like 4 years. So I'm going to play a full wipe on our server. And you are correct, Skis. I will be playing that wipe on Terminus. The only way I can play Rust and enjoy myself. I'm sorry. I would love to be on Outbreak with all the people. I'd love to be on Infection with all the old veterans. I'd love to be on Utopia because there's no PvP and I suck at that. But I literally, once you get a taste of Terminus, you can't play Rust any other way. So I can't play. I tried playing Rust before, like on our servers. I tried to log in and play a little bit on one of our main servers, and I have to go back to Terminus. I just can't. It's just normal Rust is so dull to me after experiencing Terminus. So I will be playing. What is Terminus? I'll explain it to you in a second here. I will be playing a full wipe, starting with the Force wipe on Terminus.
This will be Terminus's highest population ever.
I doubt that. Terminus is a gameplay style where there is no crafting and no like harvesting. Like you can't hit nodes, you can't hit trees. I mean, you can, but you ain't gonna get shit. You can't scan animals. But it's completely custom loot from top to bottom. And I mean, and you loot everything. When I say everything, I don't mean like, oh, go hit some barrels and hope that you get stuff you need. No, it's customized on purpose, knowing that you can't farm things and that you can't craft things. Terminus is customized around that. So basically, you could be hitting barrels, and a stack of 10K wood or, or 5K metal frags could fall out of a barrel or something like that. Every item in the game is available as loot all over the place. Yeah, it's a goblin dream, that's for sure. You get so much loot on Terminus. That's why you always see Terminus's entity count so much higher than the other servers, even though there's no players. You get so much damn loot. I mean, you could pull rockets out of a fucking basic brown crate. You could find, and then of course we've got it set up to where some stuff is kind of tailored, like if you really, really, really want ammo, we have that tailored to like toolboxes and red barrels. Now you can still find ammo in other places, but I'm saying like it's special, like specialty containers. Like if you really want medical stuff, hit food crates. We special tailored those to always have some kind of medical type stuff in there. Including the NPCs, by the way. NPCs are all custom loot. Everything is custom loot from top to bottom. If you find weird stuff on Terminus, like why the hell did I just get 5,000 arrows? Like who the fuck uses a bow? Well, there's a reason, but you got to think outside the box on Terminus. There's a reason you just got 5,000 arrows, because we wanted you to recycle them and use those for wood and stone. You get what I'm saying? So Terminus is all about thinking outside the box, and it's like the real scavenger survival type gameplay where you really got to find your shit and you got to trade with people and figure stuff out, and you got to be careful. I mean, like, dude, even a large box is that's a prize on Terminus, man, because you can't just plop down 500 boxes and start stacking shit. It's a real fun game mode. So that's where I'll be. I'll be on Terminus starting Thursday. I'll be playing there for a full wipe. Feel free to stop by and say hi. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, and I'll be streaming. I'll be pretty much streaming. Yeah, after the all clear, of course. I'll pretty much be streaming the entire thing, by the way, when I play. That way you can see I'm not cheating, and you can just watch me get my ass kicked by my own zombies. I'm sure a lot of you guys want to see that.
So does that mean you have to put in a ticket if you run into trouble?
I mean, yeah, I guess so, because I'm gonna actually log my alt account and play on my alt account, that is not flagged as an admin. So I mean, I'll probably put my T-Bird thing over on the laptop here just in case I need to help with a ticket or something. But yeah, I won't be able to do anything. I won't have any admin powers.
You said no tickets.
Yep. So anyway, that's my big announcement. Again, I know it's kind of lame, but
That's not lame. That's awesome.
I figured some people would enjoy it. All right. Now so that's it. We're almost done. The last two things on my list here, only two things left, and both of them are demos, like showing you something in game. So for those who do not have the stream, there it is. Eliana just posted it. I highly suggest you pull the stream up, because otherwise it's just going to sound like me talking. If you are in the stream, you might want to mute Discord, I guess, because in the stream a little bit delayed. I don't know. So anyway, yeah,
they overlap a little.
Okay. We have half the people in the stream right now that we have in this channel. So those of you who are not in the stream, you might want to get in it. I only have two things left on our list for the meeting. That's it, two things. And I got to show them in game. They're not anything I can explain in here. There's the stream one last time. All right. And again, you don't need to follow or like or any of that kind of shit. I just want you to be able to see what I'm showing you. Okay.
They're saying there's ads up. If you can.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, that's fine. I'm about to tab into the game. Let's see. Hey, look, I'm already in the game. All right, for those in the stream, here we go. I can't see Discord, by the way, while I'm doing this, just the stream. And if you have any questions, just write them down in a notepad or something. Save them for the end. All right, the first thing I'm going to demo is the backpack fetch command. I'm sure a lot of you don't even know this exists. I've even had veteran players that didn't know this exists. So what the fetch command does, and by the way, if any admin has a second, can you pull up the backpacks page on our website and put that in the chat? Because they're going to want...
I think we're in an ad break.
All right, that's fine.
20 seconds.
No, that's fine. I'm still talking. I'll wait. I need to figure out how to turn that shit off. Okay. Anyway, so the backpack fetch command, like I said, I'll get an admin to put a link to the fetch page, or to the backpack page in Discord, and it'll have more instructions. There it is, from Chappie and from Nola. All right, so what the fetch command does is you can put stuff in your backpack, and you can actually program the game, or program the game. I'm a dumbass. You can set a hotkey to fetch that item out of your backpack. And for those who don't know, Rust even allows you to have multiple commands per hotkey. So let me show you my backpack. So you can see my inventory is chock full of shit right now. Actually, let me move some of this. And I'm on the test server, by the way. No, I'm not cheating, I promise. So you see right now in my backpack, I've got some C4, some med pens, and some ammo, right? And the reason I'm even teaching you guys this is because we get tickets every day. Help, I died and I lost all my shit. We had one yesterday. I can no longer play anymore on this server because of this, unless you can give me my stuff back. And we went and looked in his inventory and his base, and he had more shit in one than most people get in an entire wipe. Do we still have that picture? Can somebody put that picture in the meeting channel of that guy, of his inventories, remember? Because he quit the server. He's not here anymore, so it doesn't fucking matter. He quit the server. He died in a normal way. It wasn't a glitch or anything like that. And he waited an hour to put a ticket in, which, by the way, we still wouldn't have got his corpse back for him because, you know, he died normal. But anyway, he waited an hour to put a ticket in, and his bag was gone by then. And we could at least told him if it was obtainable or not, you know. And then once we told him, hey, your bag's gone, it's been an hour. He's like, well, I can't play on the server anymore, you know, blah, blah, blah. So we went and looked at his base and his inventory and his backpack, and he's chock full of fucking loot. So it's like, really, dude, you got to rage quit over one death when you got tons of loot. Anyway, but the point being is everybody says, well, if I can't get my stuff back, I can't play anymore, screw it. And my question always is, why is all your stuff in your inventory? You have a backpack. So check this out. Let's say I'm out fighting stuff right now. Now, this is just a base I just made. I just built this real quick. I was just bored on the test server. So let's say I'm out fighting right now, right? I got my kit on right here, see? Maybe I have a gun. I'll have a gun in my inventory or in my hotbar, you know, doing my thing. All right, cool. So I'm out there, I'm fighting NPCs, blah, 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 blah. Or I'm raiding a base, right? I can press a hotkey and I can fetch stuff. Let's say I need to get healed right now, right? I'm like, shit, I'm taking damage. All my med pens are in my backpack. Look, there's my main inventory right there, right? There's my backpack. Watch this. If I press one key, place 3 med pens on your hotbar. Oh, cool, I can heal myself now, thanks. Boom, keep fighting. Look, it took 3, and it put them on my hotbar. Now, remember what I said. You can actually set up plugins to have multi-commands. Or not plugins, hotkeys. So I made another hotkey. This hotkey, and by the way, I did chat feedback too. That's another thing you can do with hotkeys. I can show you how to do that too. But that chat feedback is actually something I put in my hotkey. So I made another hotkey now. This hotkey, it brings 3 different things to my bar and does the chat feedback. So here's my example. Let's say I'm raiding a base, right? Let's say I used up all my med pen, or I don't want to carry all my good stuff in my inventory. So I can hit this hotkey. Boom, place 3 med pens. Oh, I hit the wrong hotkey, sorry. I can hit this hotkey. Replenish C4 med pens and rifle ammo. And now if you look, it gave me 1 med pen, 1 C4, and 150 rifle ammo. So I can raid. As soon as I use up, boom, hit the hotkey again. Boom, hit it again. Boom, hit it again. Boom, hit it again. Just keep doing that over and over again. So the point being, you can keep all your valuable stuff in your backpack. You will never lose any of your shit again. You'll lose your kit if you die and can't get your body back. You may lose some ammo and maybe 1 C4 if you had it on your hotbar from pressing your hotkey. But you guys get where I'm going with this? You can literally just make hotkeys to pull shit to your hotkey, to your inventory from your backpack directly. Yes, it does work on all tabs. If you have more than one backpack, you know, we have that perk where you can have 5 pages of backpack. Watch this. I'll take these strings, put them all the way back here on page 4. Put them in there. Watch. Just keeps on going. And it's pulling them from page 4. See how that works? So this is a feature that I cannot stress enough. You guys got to start using this. You got to start using that feature. If you ever need help, I don't even care if you put a fucking ticket in because you can't figure out how to do hotkeys. I'm going to tell you right now, it bothers us less helping you set up your hotkeys than it does having to answer your fucking ticket when you rage quit in the server because you died and you can't get your corpse back. And you lost, quote unquote, everything you had. So keep your stuff in your backpack. Use the hotkeys to pull the stuff out of your backpack, and you'll never have to worry about anything again. Now, everybody got that? Cool, good. Moving on to the next demo. And this is actually my last note for this part of the meeting. So moving on to the next demo. Auto loot sorter. I wasn't going to demo this at first until I saw a couple players. And when I use the word ignorant, I don't mean ignorant as in stupid. I mean ignorant as in the actual meaning of the word, which means you're uninformed. I saw a couple players making the ignorant statement of, oh, auto loot sorter is terrible. Using industrial stuff was much better and much easier. No, that's just flat out incorrect. Sure, you can have your opinion. Maybe you don't like auto loot sorter because you like to play it the hard way and sort your own loot by hand. That's fine. But to say that it's worse and is not like, no, that's just false. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to do a live demo. I've already got most of this stuff set up here, so you don't have to watch me go through and set everything up. But I can show you what I mean. So for instance, you go into your tools box, select your category. I have tools selected, right? If I just leave it at, here's where everybody makes the mistake, because nobody watched my tutorial. If you just leave it at tool, then here's where it gets those categories from, by the way. If you press F1 in Rust, these are the categories. The categories in auto loot sorter, it's just pulling them straight from the game. So whatever Facepunch programmed to fit in that category, that's what fits. So like you go to tools and you notice it's got C4 in tools. Well, I personally think that's fucking stupid. So I think a lot of the disconnect of why people think auto loot sorter sucks, and by the way, it's only been like 3 people, but I think it's because they're doing that. If you just hit the category, like right now, if I just left it at tools, then that C4 would go into the toolbox because Facepunch considers C4 a tool. But here's where the beauty comes in. You select the categories that you want, where the items are that you want, hit return, and now hit select items. Now you notice, I don't have them all highlighted here. Just the jackhammer, just the chainsaw, salvaged ice pick, salvaged axe. That's it. I didn't highlight any other tools. So now, only those tools are going to go there. I don't want stone hatchets in here. I'm not going to keep stone hatchets. I have no reason to have stone hatchets go in here. So that's the key to auto loot sorter, is really getting down in there into the items themselves and identifying exact specific items that you want to go into each one of these boxes. But there's more. There's more. Not only can you do that, you can obviously configure multiple categories onto one thing. You can select as many categories as you want, and it'll just have all the items there. For instance, I made a box over here for my boom. In this box right here, it has weapons, tools, and ammunition selected. And when you go to the item, you'll see why. I put rockets in there. I put incendiary rockets, high velocity rockets, homing missiles. But then further on down, I put C4, which is considered a tool. And then if you keep on going further, I've got bean can grenades because I can use those to make satchels. Those are considered a weapon. I got F1 grenade. So you can really, homing missiles, you can really dial it down. Molotov cocktail. So that's all my stuff I use to like attack things with, like boom. Now here's where it gets really cool. So in my base, I usually put a drop box right by the door or something like that. That's why it's called drop. I get everything configured in my base the way I want it. You know, I got ore going in here, stone going in there, blah, blah, blah. As you guys may have seen in the update log recently, I added new, it took a little code, took a little hacking of the plugin code, but I managed to add containers that were not technically containers. I added research benches to be able to work with auto loot sorter. If you go in there, you can see that I've selected resources, and then I went in here and all I selected was scrap. So now my scrap will go into my research bench. I will tell you it's kind of buggy. Again, I had to hack the code here to make this even work, so got to be a little forgiving with the bugginess. But one thing I do with the research bench thing is I put one scrap down there. The auto loot sorter plugin, it automatically tries to pick the first slot on a box. So if you don't put a scrap down here, it's going to put them up there. Now that I have one scrap in here, the auto loot sorter plugin wants to stack things. So now that I have one scrap down there, it's automatically going to put more scrap down there as I get more scrap. So I would do that. With the furnaces, same thing goes. If you want to put one of each thing in the furnace to tell it where you want it to go, that's fine. If not, fuck it. I mean, you know, you can also do it. If you only configure one thing, then only one thing is going to go there anyway. For instance, right here I have just sulfur configured because I want this to be my sulfur furnace. And yes, it does work on the other furnace types, like the big ones and the small ones and stuff. So with just sulfur selected, this is a, see, I had wood selected. That shouldn't be there. With just sulfur selected, I don't need to put one sulfur in here because it's just going to put sulfur and nothing else. But let's say you've got a big furnace and you want to put, you know, metal ore, sulfur ore, high qual ore, all those different ores. Then whichever one you want at the time, maybe put one in there just so that's what it picks. But you don't need to if you don't want to. I also did this for recyclers. I managed to get this working for recyclers. So you could technically set up your recycler. If there's a certain thing that every time you find it, you always recycle it for no matter what, go through here and configure that shit. You know, maybe it's electrical stuff. You know, maybe you go through there and find some electrical stuff that you never use and you always recycle. Put it in here. Terminus players, it's a great place for you to put, you know, wooden arrows and shit like that so you can always recycle it. I also have what I call a recycle box because I know recyclers, you know, can only hold so many things. I always put a box next to my recycler. I like to use a coffin, just I think of death, you know, like destroying the items, recycling them. But you configure this for all the type of stuff. See, there's a gun in there. I configured the type of guns I don't keep. So for instance, go through here, some of these guns that I just don't use, some of the components I don't use. All the stuff I don't use, I basically can configure to go into this box. So I can just recycle that shit. Another good tip, like I use my gun box, I only configure the type of guns I know I'm going to use or the attachments I know I'm going to use. So like, you know, I don't use 8x scope. I don't use, you know, the hunting bow or the compound bow and all that. So I just configure the stuff I want to keep inside this box. I also did it for fireplace. Oh wait, no I didn't. Campfires, that's the one. For the campfires, I think I did. I don't remember. I think I was talking about it. I don't remember if I did it or not. But you can send wood to your campfires, you know, that way you can send crude or whatever to your boilers and stuff like that. It's just really useful plugin. So what you do is you come in.
Did we do the gas to the lanterns too?
No, we didn't get that deep. So I typically set a drop box next to my door. You can do any box. Like I can go to this box and just hit the nearby button. See, it's still there no matter what. It doesn't matter what box you use. I just like having a drop box by my door. And what I usually do is I usually configure this box just to have like a rock. Matter of fact, I think I did that. Yeah, tool. And if you go down here, you'll see I put rock, just rock. That way it doesn't ever take anything else. It's just a drop box. So what I do though is if I come to this box and hit nearby, it's going to sort all my inventory into anything I have already configured inside this base for sorting. If you want to keep an item, like let's say you're about to go back out and make another run, I'm like, well, don't take my ammo and don't take my med pens and my C4 and my gun out of my hotbar, but you can take the rest of this shit. Or maybe you're like, well, I need to keep some ammo. So do like that. I have the plugin set up to whatever's on your hotbar does not get taken out of your inventory and sorted. So those are the 4 things I'd like to keep for my next run. I go up to this box and hit nearby. Poof, and it sorts my shit. I didn't configure ammo. I don't have an ammo. Oh, I do have an ammo box. Did I not put 5.56 in there? Let's see. That's another thing for troubleshooting. If you see something doesn't go away, go look. Yep, look, 5.56 ammo right there. So there we go. I didn't put that in the correct place. Now if I hit nearby, 5.56 ammo goes away. And there it is. And there's the gun I had on me. Or no, wait, that's on my hotbar, sorry. It was a pistol I had on me, wasn't it? That should be there. Yep, there it is in the recycle box because I don't keep those semi-pistols. Here's where it gets really cool. Really, really cool. So that's your drop box, right? Just hit nearby and it drops all your shit. You can also let me put some shit in my inventory here. That's why all this stuff was in my inventory, so I can show you how the plugin works. So you can also hit the nearby. Poof, notice all that stuff disappeared now. Some of it will be over here to be recycled. Some of it will be in my furnaces. Look, see, there's ore there now. That ore was not there before. There's metal, high quality metal ore there. And more sulfur there now. That's my overspill, by the way. If I have too much ore and it fills those up, it'll go into that box. You see, I got some stone up here now. Got some tools in here now. Everything's nice and sorted. One cool thing you can do, and this is really cool. Some of the admins may not even know about this. You can actually sort your backpack. You can include your backpack as a container. So if you open your backpack, you see select category. Watch this shit. So let's say that every time I go on a run, I want the game to go ahead and stick all my med pens into my backpack. By the way, this plugin is really not meant to do this. So if you find some kind of bug with this, I'm sorry. The fact that I was able to get it to even open with the backpack is insane to me. So let's say I want all my medical stuff to always just go into my backpack. I don't want you to put that shit in boxes. Just put it in my backpack because I'm going to use it. So watch this. You can open up your backpack and hit nearby. Poof. Wait a minute. Why did I not poof? Maybe it's because I didn't have that. Uh-oh, it's going to make me look like a liar now. Did this not work earlier? I swear it did. Large medical syringe, blah, blah. All right, well, maybe I'm just retarded. We definitely had that working earlier. Oh well, that may not end up working. Anyway, so that's auto sorter. If you have any questions about it, save it for the Q&A. I'll be glad to answer them and show you guys more on how it works. I can even help you if you ever need help setting it up, man. Just put a ticket in. We don't mind helping you guys. Like, believe it or not, everybody's always like, I'm scared to put a ticket in. I don't want to bother the admins. I'm telling you right now, we'd much rather be bothered with friendly tickets than the nasty ones we typically get. So feel free to put a ticket in. We can help you out. You may have to wait for an admin to be around that knows how to use the plugin better than others, but feel free.
Hey,
Anyway, yeah.
do me a favor and run outside of the TC range and hit the button again. I
Oh,
think
because
it
of my
might be-
backpack thing?
Yeah, I think it might be inside the TC range. It just drags everything into the boxes.
Well, you can't sort outside the TC range. So
No, it doesn't let you. Oh,
yeah, no, you can't use auto loot sorter outside TC. It has to be in your TC. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working, but oh well. That's again, it wasn't even supposed to work with the backpack in the first place. Too bad. I swear we got it working, but I don't know. We'll go back to the drawing board and see if we can get that working. But for now, the rest of the plugin is just fine. Yeah, and you can have stuff go straight to your recycler too.
Oh, put the med pens in one of the boxes and then hit nearby in your bag.
Yeah, there's no nearby in my bag because I don't have anything in my bag now. The nearby only works based on what's in your inventory. Like when you like that. By the way, for those who don't know, there's other features with the plugin too. You can hit dump all right here, and it just dumps everything from your inventory into the box. You can hit loot all, and it takes everything out of the box into your inventory. You can hit arrange box, and it'll move stuff around and try to sort it. If you have a bunch of stuff in your box, like spread out, you can hit arrange box. It'll stack things and sort them back together again. So there's all kinds of neat stuff. Cool. So that's auto loot sorter. That is the, as far as I know, that is the last thing. I'm gonna leave myself logged in here. Make sure you stay in the stream. I have 2 awesome Christmas maps to show you after the Q&A. So if you're in the stream, you might as well just stay there because that's where the showcase of that's gonna go. I'm gonna switch this back to Discord for this Q&A section here. All right. Any leads? Have anything you want to bring up before we move on?
I really hope everybody enjoys the Christmas maps. Lot of crazy work is going into them, and we think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hats off to T-Bird and Aliana for their work on those maps. Certainly something I couldn't do.
Woo woo. I really hope that people come play with me.
Also on Terminus.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Any admins have anything they want to bring up? All right. Nice and easy. Cool. We're gonna move on to the Q&A. Nola, you're gonna be our gatekeeper.
Yeah. What we're going to do, we're about to enable your ability to raise your hand and request to speak. One thing I'll ask is that, go ahead and jot down some quick notes if you need to, so you get your questions in. Try to limit it to a couple minutes, and please ask all your questions in one go. In some of the past meetings, people have joined 2 and 3 times to make additional comments, and it just makes it run really long. So let me get that started now. Hang on.
If that wasn't clear, please just remember that you're taking a bunch of people's times up. So try to stay on task for the meeting stuff.
Yeah, our Q&As have gotten real out of hand lately, and it's great. Like, if you want to personally just sit and talk with me, I'll fucking do it. I just don't want to keep 104 other people sitting through the meeting, if that makes sense. Like, just like when I was doing the mayor thing. Like, hey, I'm for the people. If you want to talk to me, I'll give you all night long. Let's just show some courtesy to all the 100 and something people that are sitting in this channel that want to hurry up and get on with their night.
People want them prizes.
Cheddar, I'll stay up with you all night long. All right, let's do this.
All right, up first we have Death Queen. Hello, Death Queen.
Was muted. Hello.
Hello.
First thing I should say, I forgot the last time. Hi, T-Bird.
Hello.
So I am excited for the Force Wipe of December wipe because I never been on a December wipe before.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and this server meeting marks half a year of me playing on Outbreak.
Oh Lord.
Hey.
Yeah, half a year. It's been fun.
Do you have gray hair yet?
No.
Well, it's coming.
And I just want to say that the tickets that I've been putting in and receiving feedback from have been really good. I really like your guys' ticket system. I think it's good. 10 out of 10.
Well, thank you.
No problem. That was pretty much all that I want to say.
Okay. Well, thank you. It was nice hearing from you again.
Love
We
you
always
all.
appreciate it.
All right, moving on to the next.
Oh, one last thing. When your time to talk is done, there's a little leave the stage button. If you wouldn't mind clicking on that to step down.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Thanks, Death. Up next, we have the smoothest voice in the West, Cooley himself.
Oh, it's about time.
Hey.
God dang, cool.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
Yeah, can we all just say how much we miss Cooley?
Oh man, I'm still here.
Like, what the fuck, man?
But yeah, this is good fun. I've missed a few of these, but so today I don't have a question. I just want to talk about Christmas, and I want to ask y'all, what keeps Outbreak, Infection, Utopia, and Terminus powered up? Can anybody tell me? Is it just not F7 reports or admin mistreatment or oversized farms? It's not powered by T-Bird's OnlyFans.
Oh, wait, I need to cancel that then.
And I know T-Bird's going to get this, but cash rules everything around me. CREAM.
Cheese.
Get the money, dollar bill, y'all. So I know y'all have been struggling with what to gift yourself for the holiday. And I want you to seriously consider gifting yourself with a rank on one of the servers. The perks are really worth the small handful of ones you'd probably waste in 10 minutes at a strip club. It lasts a month, or you can buy a year. So this Christmas, consider supporting the server and making a donation, because that's what keeps them alive. I'm no longer staff, so I can march this out and try to sell it.
That's rough.
But seriously, I just did, and I would encourage you to do the same.
That's rough hearing that come out of him, because I'm used to him being staff. And for those who don't know, it is highly, highly against the rules for our admin team to promote any kind of money. So like if you're a new player in game and you're like, hey, how do I get a minicopter, a personal minicopter? An admin is not allowed to say, well, you can donate and blah, blah. No. We have two rules when it comes to donations. Is number one is we always offer things for free. We never offer anything for donation only. It has to be obtainable just through gameplay also. We will never offer anything that's not obtainable through gameplay. And number two is admins are never permitted to mention donor stuff, period. If a new player asks, how you get a minicopter, our response is play for 60 hours. Now, if a player pipes in and says something, then we're allowed to at least, and then they ask, well, what's the link? We're allowed to give information, but we're not allowed to bring it up. We're never allowed to bring up money. So it was kind of painful hearing that coming out of your voice. I was like,
right, man,
I'm going to ban him.
It couldn't be easier. Go to Zombieland.io tonight, tomorrow, sometime this month. You can spend a little. This is a cool group. They do this stuff for free, but the servers run on money. please consider buying a kit, trying it out, at least for Christmas.
Cool. All right.
That's all
Well,
I got to say.
I'm yeah. But hey, speaking of that side note, I saw Kenny say something in chat. We do have recordings from Cooley for the Quest guy. I just haven't got around to configuring them yet, but they are coming.
I thought you didn't like them because they were a little inappropriate.
No, I just haven't got a chance to configure them yet.
No, that's fine. Just no, dude. Just let me know what else you want me to read. I just read a little bit, just to, and some of it was super inappropriate. Won't bother me if you don't add some of that stuff.
I'm down for inappropriate. All right, cool. Well, I'm not gonna say anything else because I'm gonna stick with the admin rules that we're not allowed to bring up money stuff with people. But I appreciate your tips.
Alrighty.
All right.
Thanks, Cooley. Good hearing from you, man.
See ya.
God,
All right, next we have Jukes.
I really miss him.
I'm just glad you stopped calling him him.
Oh, shut up.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Almost called him. What's up?
On?
What's up?
Well, I hope everybody's happy and healthy for the beginning of the holiday season. That's the first thing. So I just had a question and then two quick things that I'd wanted to say. The first question is, you were saying it earlier, kill the bags, kill those types of things. Is there no way to make it so we can blow up deployable walls?
Yeah, I could.
I mean, personally, I think the amount of tickets that might come through for somebody blowing up a deployable wall might be worth, you get the guy every once in a while, he's going to do it because he can, but I'd gladly blow up deployable walls that I see all over the place. I do it with the bags too. If I see bags sitting there, I'll stab them with a spear, I'll shoot them out. Doesn't matter.
So the problem with that, I'll just go ahead and hit that before you move on. The problem with that is the way that works with our PVE type plugin. There's two different ways to work that. One is to just exclude it from the PVE plugin, where it's just basically vanilla. If it can be destroyed in vanilla, you can destroy it here. That's the easy way. The hard way would be, unless it's in TC radius, then you can't destroy it. That kind of way is just not going to happen, because by the way, I know this because I wanted it to happen, and I checked with Nivix, and we started tinkering with it. The scanning of every entity on the server constantly to see if they're within TC range or not, but if you can destroy them or not type thing, way too much on the server. But the other way, hey, PVE plugin, just fucking ignore this entity type completely. That way takes no overhead from the server whatsoever. So here's the dilemma. If I make high walls destructible, then they're also destructible at your base too.
I mean, to be fair, we are playing a PvE server, and I'm going to be honest, I hope that PvP day goes away. Nobody needs a compound.
Yeah, I agree.
You really don't, right? It's not necessary. Nobody's raiding you, and if PvP day goes away, then great, because I think that would even spread out the population.
Well, PvP day is probably not going to go away. People really like it. What they're going to do is they're going to fucking chill the fuck out is what they're going to do.
Myself included.
But yeah, I mean, that's just a dilemma. We'll have to have another discussion, maybe in a town hall type thing with the players or something, because again, anything we make destructible is destructible, period. So they could come to your base and start destroying your shit there too with that. It's only the entities I include. If I included high walls, then your high walls at your base would not be safe anymore. So
that's fair. Okay, I got that. The second thing, I got a chance to jump on Terminus and just play around, and I'm gonna be honest, Terminus is awesome. Anybody who's in here who hasn't tried it yet, you should all try it.
Yeah,
it is an awesome way to play the game. In fact, I am super psyched to hear that T's gonna play a wipe, because I will play that entire wipe out with him on the server. It's so cool. I love population. I love a market. I love a trade system. Personally, I wish that Rust didn't have the plugins, like the actual market, and you had to meet face to face and trade with people, because that's the type of gameplay that I like. But Terminus, I played that, and it is addictive. You should really play it.
Yeah,
give it a shot.
I always tell people every crate and barrel is like Christmas. You never know.
Is.
You never know what's gonna fucking pop.
The first time I got on, I had no idea what I was doing. I ran around. I'm like, man, I can't find anything. And then I started, my brain started putting the pieces together. I popped a red barrel, and I was like, oh, ammo. And then I popped another one. I was like, oh, ammo. I was like, wait a second. So I started learning where to go to get things. And it was really great.
The problem with Terminus is a learning curve.
Yeah, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I do want to say one thing. I'm known to be the guy that when new players come on, I'll gladly invite them into a team, right? And I will I will absolutely, absolutely, absolutely try to teach them everything I can. But the one thing that I've noticed, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves, and I can't stand it, is people need to stop blaming the admins for things that they cannot control.
Amen.
Right? I have heard a million times somebody say, you know, bad things that I can't say because I don't want it to be on the recording, but you know, to hell with T, he should fix his plugins. You know, the admins need to fix their game. It's not their fault. Face Punch, Rust, it's a game that's held together by duct tape, string, some bubble gum, and a pocket full of hope, right? Adding plugins to the game, there's just more things that could go wrong. You have some coders who are incredibly talented that I've had conversations with Nivex too. I tried my hand at running a server. Nivex is awesome. He's really, really good at what he does, right? But the entire Rust marketplace, that's exactly what it is. It's a marketplace. Anybody who can code can go in there, upload a plugin, you buy it for whatever the cost is, and you put it on your server. And if it's not working because you know you have somebody like Nivex who always updates their plugins, but then you have another person who hasn't updated a plugin in months, maybe a year, that's still there because people really like it, but this guy never updated it, there's not much they can do about it, right? So you know, it's the holiday season. It's all about, you know, spreading the love. Spread the love to the admins. I can see the commitment. I can see T's commitment. I can see Nola's commitment. I can see all of their commitment to the server, and you guys need to give them a little more love and understand that they do the best that they can. There are some things that they cannot control.
Amen to that. We had a guy rage quit the server because the radio station in town played a COVID vaccine ad, and he was like, "I'm not gonna play on a server that plays those kind of ads." Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we don't have any control over the ads on the radio. Like, the fuck.
Exactly. However, if you guys want radio stations, I remember you saying the radio station thing was hard to set up. I actually know how to do that. I am willing to help you guys get a custom radio station if you want.
It's not hard to set up. It's limited. There's only 5 channels,
Yeah.
and it falls off for some reason sometimes. So when we found out we can only do 5, we just voted on various categories to try to represent what wasn't already being presented by Rust Radio.
I can tell you this right now: if there's a way that I can just upload some MP3s or a playlist from YouTube Music to something, and it just becomes a radio station, and it just shuffles those things all day long, then I'll add it. Because man, you don't want me DJing that shit, man. We got some Demon Jones bumping in town, some fucking Jelly Roll.
Listen, some Tom McDonald. I've seen your streams.
We're gonna be
listen to all that.
Dude, we're gonna be getting down in town. Look, you're gonna find me just sitting around town all day. Yeah, Christmas music. It only lasts for a month.
I've actually run some radio stations before, so if you actually need, like, I remember messing with that plugin a long time ago. But yeah,
There's no
I
plugin.
think I still have some old stuff I can show you.
We don't-
It was a radio station one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's no Rust plugin for that. It's just vanilla shit. All right, we gotta move on.
Yeah. Go ahead and move on. But I just wanted to say that, you know, thank you guys. Thank you for everything you do, and I hope you guys have a great holiday.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Oh, Winamp. You remember Winamp?
It really whips.
How many viruses I got from LimeWire?
All right, Alba stepped away. We are going to jump forward to check.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, check. Welcome.
So I have 3 questions, mainly dealing with skills and enchants. So first one's probably my biggest one, and it concerns enchantments. And I understand that different crates have different base chances of dropping things. And then there's the diamond and the rough skill, which increases your chances. So I maxed out the diamond and the rough to 36, which gives you like 10%. But what I'm trying to find out is, does that 10% add to the current base chance, or is it multiplied? And what I mean by that is, should I see 1 in 10 crates drop an enchant, or is it like 10% times the base amount? So if it's like, 0.1% and I have a 10% increase, it's really still only a 1% chance that it's going to drop.
It adds to it's a 10%. Yeah, it's a 10% increase of the base amount. So yeah, you're correct when that. Well, hold on. So the base. I'm sorry. I was reading chat and getting totally lost here. So you hit like a no. It's when I say adds. I don't want to word this the wrong way because you get the wrong math in your head. It'd be 11, I guess, if in your example with the 1 and then the 10%. But it's still not. You got to understand the way RNG works. 10% doesn't mean 1 in 10.
Yeah, I get that. Is there a publishing of what the base chances are for all rates?
We don't publish our configs. We do have a page that lists all the different enchantment types, but we don't publish the configs for those.
Cool. Okay, so that totally answers the first one. My next question is, for skills, do they reset on any type of wipe, or
Force
do you have? Okay, they reset on force wipe. And then my third question is, I understand there's a free respec on the 12th and the between the 12th and the 14th this month. Is that right?
correct every month.
How does that work? How do you actually
You
invoke?
you go to our store, go under boosts, and then if you go there right now, you'll see respec, but it's expensive as fuck, and it's that way for a reason. I don't want you to buy it. That's why it's so expensive. And you, in that same place where you see that one, you'll see a free one. That it just in our store, I can set up like specials, I guess you could call it, where the product is only available for this time, that kind of stuff. So I basically went through and set up a special every single month from midnight on the 12th to midnight on the 14th. It's a respec, same as the expensive one, except the cost is $0.00.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for answering my questions. Love the server.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming in and joining and attending the meeting and taking part. I love it.
All right. I didn't see Albus. Are you back yet? Okay, yeah, he's back.
It's so funny that we all accidentally type respect. Like I even typed that, I think, on the webpage at one point for the description. Like it's just a habit.
Okay. You guys can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry if you can hear background noise. I literally just got a new mic, so I haven't really tuned it.
Actually, it sounds great.
Does it?
Yeah.
Good. So my question, I have a question, and I want to kind of like follow it up, and I'm going to try to crash through it as fast as possible. Basically, my question is, are players allowed or okayed to do charity streams on Zombieland? My question, or the reason for this question, is a couple of weeks ago for the company that I work for, and I'm going to try to not give too much information because I really don't feel comfortable doing that right now. The company I work for, the marketing team asked about doing more technical things to promote our company, but as a charity or a community give back type stuff. So as an example, it would be something as a company locally that I currently work for, and doing streams, or well, in my head it came back as streams on video games, just playing together, talking about that, and then all the proceeds that we would get for donations giving to local things. So as an example, again, T, I think you're familiar with the Pittsburgh area.
A little bit.
Yeah. So it's not going to be this big, but it would be things like our company giving all of the donations and stuff to Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's where these donations will go. We're literally spitballing ideas, and any of you who work in IT, the thing is, make meetings to do things slower or something like that. Basically, they're asking for ideas that we can contribute to local company, or sorry, not local companies, local organizations that are nonprofit and stuff like that. So
I'll just real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
This is definitely something that we can discuss with you. We're fairly selective in terms of any programs or things that we work directly with, but we're certainly happy to talk to you about it. Probably better done in a ticket. That way we can discuss details a little more freely, if that would be okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys actually do that. Like, obviously, we're not going to ask you guys, hey, can you donate or can you sponsor us or something like that? No, it wouldn't be anything at all like that. It would be something like, can Zombie Albus play on your server and, like, obviously show your server IP and stuff like that during the stream, that kind of stuff. Like, would you guys be comfortable with us, or sorry, would you be comfortable with me discussing with my company about that? None of this, I would get in huge trouble if I just streamed for them for a charity or something like that. So
Sure.
you
Yeah,
know what
just
I mean?
I would do what Noah said. Just throw
Throw in a
it.
ticket.
Yeah, throw in a ticket. I mean 99%. And again, I'm not saying 100 because I got to get all the details. 99% chance that that sounds good. That sounds fine to me. But
Okay.
throw it in a ticket, and then that way we get more details, and that way you don't have to worry about holding up everybody here, and we can figure it out from there. But 99%, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be months and months down the line, so don't expect to hear from me forever. But
That's fine.
yeah,
And when you
I'll
do,
give it
remind
more
me
time.
because I deal with like 1,500 people every 10 days. So
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, that's all I had. And,
Okay.
Merry Christmas to you guys if I don't talk to you between then. But yeah.
Thank you, sir. You too.
You too.
Thanks.
Have
All
a
right.
good one. All right. Let's see. Up next we have Porter. Porter, you still with us? Hey, there we go.
Oh, hey guys.
Hello.
I'm just curious on what the prizes were for this little event here. I'm pretty sure just me or some other people were also curious.
Rockets and Zeds. The things we
Rockets
give
and
out.
Zed? Alrighty, thank you.
Yep.
Rockets or Zeds.
Or Zeds, yes, not both.
Oh, okay, alright. I just hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a good little Christmas break here.
Appreciate it.
Wait, we get a Christmas break?
Yeah.
All right. Up next we have Divinescent.
Hey,
Howdy.
first I just want to say thank you guys. Literally, I'm playing while listening to the stream, and as he started doing the auto sorter thing, I'm like, oh, I should go back to my base and do that. So I've literally been sitting here doing the auto sorter stuff for my boxes. Can't find satchels, but I'll ask about that some other time. Not
Tools,
hold on.
satchel charge. I can never find them, and I know where they are.
Gotcha. I don't know if I only came into the meeting like halfway through because of time issues here at home, but and I'm also a little sick. But I don't know if it was brought up earlier or if this is in the read this page first. But on infection at the airfield, the giant gold balls that sit on the roofs, are they supposed to block you from being able to get to the rooftops?
That was
No,
actually one of the
face
topics in
punch.
the that was one of the topics in the meeting already, and the person who covered it was Aliana. So go ahead, Aliana.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually noted our map channel. So the way that we do things, we'll do a bunch of work on a map, and then after some time when we run it again, we'll do testing round, bring it into compliance, etc. One thing that was missed, and I don't know why they would have touched this, but Facepunch appears to have been messing with collision on some things. I don't know why. At the time of making that monument, and at the time of multiple times of running this map, it was no problem. But now it's larger than it used to be. So unfortunately, it wasn't caught during testing because it's not something that we would have needed to bring into compliance. And now that we know it's a problem, we'll just fix it next time. But yeah, basically, the crazy decor stuff is always stuff that's just scaled up. It's either that or it's one block repeated a million times to make a shape. And so a lot of times with the scaled up stuff, the collision of them can be kind of weird. That's what happened at Airfield. It's also a problem at Wonders as well, and it's just is what it is. You can kind of finagle it, but you might get yourself stuck. So
You'll find bunches. There'll be bunches of things like that. Again, that's why it was one of the things that she touched on earlier in the meeting, and not that specifically what you just asked, but I'm saying just the whole scaling of things. It really fucks stuff up. Like there's a lot of anything called a world model basically in the map editor should not be scaled because actually a lot of other things too, but because it'll really fuck up the collision of it. So like you if you go try to walk on one of those giant candy canes or something, all that kind of shit is not meant to be scaled, and it just totally there's an invisible collider that's built in with the item that doesn't stretch the same as the item, and that's what's happening there.
Yeah, with crazy decor comes some unintended consequences.
Yeah.
All right, that was it. Thank y'all very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Where's the leave thing?
Yeah, somewhere. Kick him! Kick him!
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
All right, appreciate it. Let's see. Up next we have Brewerton Fats.
Look, I know it says fats, but it's just always been Bruton farts. You know your head reads it that way.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It has to.
Wait, it's not fat. It's not farts.
Exactly. What's up, Bruce?
Two quick questions. One would there be any way to add a way to Secret Santa somebody a rank? Like I know there's a gift card thing, but let's say you wanted the Secret Santa like somebody on your server, like rank for the month, VIP or veteran.
Put a store ticket in, and I'll just work with you manually.
Okay, and second question, this has probably come up in the past, and I probably just missed it and not sure why. Why do we get a scroll instead of a token? Because then everybody's always asking in chat what they're supposed to do with the scrolls.
Damn it, there was a good reason for it too. Now you got me drawing a blank. It's because one of the hold on, am I in game? One of the two things was meant. Remember, I did all this months and months ago. One of the two things is meant to take more than one and the price to fluctuate, and the other thing is meant to just be a free random enchantment off of a zombie horde, which is why there's two different things. So yeah, the scroll. Is that the one that comes off of hordes? I forgot.
Was it tokens couldn't be in the loot pool or something?
It was, yeah. Those are the good. I'll have to look back into it.
Horde and raids.
Huh?
Scrolls come off of horde and raids.
Yeah. So a scroll can be traded in for. God dang, this is confusing. Scroll can be traded in for what?
Token.
Token. Yeah, and then the token gives you a free. So I guess I could actually reprogram it to make the scroll just give you the enchantment kit. I think I have to look into it. There was definitely a reason. Again, this was even getting enchantment kits to slightly work in the marketplace was a bitch. That's why there's that warning, that they don't work with buy orders. I know there was a really good reason, and when I did it, I was like, man, this is going to confuse people, but this is the only way to make this work, and blah blah blah. I'm gonna have to get back to that one and retouch on that topic later after I figure out what that reasoning was. It was a real dilemma. Let's put it that way.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I know what it is. I remembered it now.
Go ahead.
So in the shop, you can only have one currency type, like per thing. So when you open the markets or the shop and you're seeing like Zed's market, enchanting market, blah blah blah, and you see where it says balance, like on mine it'll say balance blah 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 Zeds, and it'll say balance blah 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 tokens. So each section, each shop, each marketplace can only have one currency, and that currency has to be global for that whole shop. So with the enchanting one, I didn't want to make scrolls the currency because if you get whatchamacallit from a horde, you're supposed to be able to get a free enchantment kit just off of the one. But if you get it from recycling enchantments, you're supposed to get it off of however many it takes because the market fluctuates. And so I had to come up with a middle currency, if that makes sense, like a middle ground currency that can be used for both situations, if that makes sense. Because you can only have one currency. So if I would have done it, if I would have made hordes drop, one thing, right? Let's say hordes dropped a scroll, and let's say you could sell enchantment kits for scrolls, and then it cost you, 2 or 3 or 4 scrolls to buy an enchantment kit, a new one. Well, then now your horde just got devalued because that one scroll they dropped you can no longer buy you a new enchantment kit. So I had to make a currency that could kind of be the delegate for both of those things, if that makes sense. I know he's not still in here, but so that's why. That was the reason. Yeah. But the problem is, Bruton is that if I do any kind of tutorial on anything, look at the farming one. Look at I've been preaching this backpack fetch thing for 6 months now. Auto loot sorter. Back when we first had auto loot sorter before industrial came out, I did tutorials and all kinds of stuff on that, and nobody ever read them, nobody ever watched them, nobody ever did it. So people got to read, man, or watch. Whatever. Go ahead, Noel.
Up next, we have control. Apparently,
I tried to put him as a speaker earlier. All staff.
I did too.
Yeah, all staff should be speaker anyway.
Control, are you here?
Moving on.
Okay. Up next, we have Hunter.
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
So yeah, I'll leave my suggestions in the suggestion channel, but I need to know what is the backstory behind Tom Brady.
I hate the Patriots and Tom Brady. Well, he doesn't play the Patriots anymore, obviously, but can't
He
stand
still
Tom Brady.
sucks.
I just think he's a cocky prick.
Okay.
And he kisses boys on the mouth, man, like his son. Like that's kind of weird, dude.
So why'd you hire him for all the NPCs from like Brad and Helly?
Hire him.
Because they got the arms.
Oh, because of the arm. I get you. That's funny. Pretty good. That it?
Because it gets to a point where fighting 4 Tom Brady's is harder than Brad and Helly. So I was just curious.
Yeah, I just can't stand him. I can't stand Matt Ryan either from the Falcons. And he's not there anymore, obviously, but I can't stand him either.
Blah 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 sports stuff.
I have a personal reason why I don't like him though.
Okay.
He was actually rude to my wife. I beat his ass one day.
All right. Thank you very much. I just
All right.
needed to know.
Appreciate it. All right. Next and last is Tharsis.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy,
Just
howdy.
quick question. How do we get like voice lines added to the vendor at town?
The Quest one?
Yes.
That's something I have to configure on the back end. I have to get recordings. I have to edit the recordings and touch them up and get them all
How do we
ready.
get our voice in it though? Or something. Or like our own
I don't know.
voice clip we want added.
Yeah, we don't really take voice submissions.
We did it one time. We did a round of them, and it is an incredible amount of work to get those voices into the plugin. Like you have to host them in certain ways, refer to them in certain ways. It's a lot of labor for us. It's not something we do very often. But keep an eye out from time to time. We certainly reach out to the community and ask for submissions, and when we do, we would be happy to take a submission from you.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel better, Cooley put his in. And by the way, when Cooley did, it was me requesting him to do them for me. When Cooley put his in, that was like, God, Cooley, what, like 4 months ago, 5 months ago?
He was an admin, and like a year ago.
Yeah, it was a long ass time ago.
When we did open it up for players to submit, we had 3 people submit. 3.
Oh my god.
And some of the ones that were submitted were like, okay, that's not gonna work. It was bad, dude. It was really bad.
I'd probably rip some from games as well.
Yeah, I mean, we may do it again someday soon. See, that's the kind of thing that should go into suggestions. Like, hey, man, you guys should take another voice line submission thing, whatever, contest or something. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yep.
Also, I want to see a wipe where the main goal is to, well, like a competition, who has the smallest base for the longest time in a wipe.
We did that, didn't we? Didn't we have small base contests a couple times?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought.
Them.
Yeah, bad idea. I think he did the last one. He's not here right now because he's probably grilling.
Yep. Oh well, thank you for answering my questions.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas as well.
Thank you. You too.
You as well. Also, my sense of time is completely shot. Cooley sent those to me in September.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't as long ago as I thought, but
it's 3 months ago.
Oh, that was a year ago, right?
I said 4 or 5, didn't I? I thought it was something like that. I don't remember. Cool. Is that all the Q&A we've done? We good?
That's it.
All right. So now, man, see, that was a quick one, man. Look, 9:30. Oh yeah, kick him out of there. He's not admin. Get his ass out.
I'm an admin now.
Woo woo. Trust me, you don't want it. I promise. Okay, so now for all those who are not in the stream, you might want to join it if you aren't. Oh, we got a bunch. No, we lost half of them. Shit, we had 50 more. We're about to show off both the Christmas maps while we give out prizes. Admins. Do we got our servers picked yet? Where we're going? Obviously, I'm on test.
I'm still on YouTube.
I'm on outbreak.
All right, we need infection and terminus.
I'll go to the term.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
So players, go line up at town. Line up in front of your admin there. Try to be orderly, please. This can be confusing at times. So when you get up to the admin, just tell him if you want rockets or Zeds, and he will drop either 5,000 Zeds for you, or he will drop 50 rockets for you.
On in infection, rockets on the left, Zeds on the right. You'll see the sign. It'll point where you want to go.
There you go.
Speaking of which, T, if it's not already on your to-do list, we really.
I actually was working on it earlier, but it had a
really
bug,
need
and
to
I wasn't.
configure that.
I was trying to get it done for this meeting, but it had a bug. I got to fix it.
All right.
Anyway, so also if you want to see the maps, the Christmas maps, man, these things are insane. You might want to stay tuned to the stream. I'm gonna start showing the map now, and like I always do with the meetings, I kind of lazily show it at first, waiting for everybody to get their prizes. And once everybody's got their prizes, and that way I know they're paying attention, I'll start showing you some of the meat and potatoes of the maps. Yes, I'm gonna remember to switch it to Rust this time. Okay, stream's been switched. Again, if you're not in the stream, that's fine. Oh, Epstein's there. What's up, dude? Yeah, it's fine if the ads are there. They're getting their prizes right now anyway. If you're not in the stream, you won't be able to see the map preview, so I suggest you join it. The prizes are at town. And admins, let me know when your server is done so I can start showing some of the juicy stuff from the maps.
Who got Utopia?
Oh, wait, we forgot one last thing I got to show real quick. Fuck me. I got to put this on my notes. Entity limiting plugin is going live on ForceWipe. We need to discuss so I can explain to you guys how it's going to work. I hope people are still in the damn meeting. And I can show you in game too. We've lost like 20 out of the meeting already. Oh well, they're just going to miss it. So the way we've decided, if you haven't been following along with the town hall discussion, which you really should, is we're just going to base this on like a kind of a progressive and regressive system. Our ultimate goal is really not to have everybody limited by a plugin. We just want you guys to police yourselves, like, hey, I don't need 15 planters or whatever, So, and we noticed that the big problem we have with deployable and build violations is new players. So what we decided to do was we're going to make it so that the new player rank is going to have a lot of restrictions from the plugin. What we call regular, like when you lose that new player tag, but you haven't quite made it to VIP yet. The regular rank is only going to have like the major stuff. I can't remember. It's all in the thread where we were discussing it, but the major stuff like, searchlights, stuff like that really fucks things up if you put too many. Once you get to VIP, it's literally going to be like maybe one or two things that are even restricted by the plugin. And then once you get to veteran, everything falls off. And from veteran on, champion, whatever, everything is just gone. There is no more plugin for you. Now keep in mind when I say, only a few things limited or everything's gone, I don't mean that you can just put everything down. I just mean that we're trusting you to, stay within the build guidelines and the deployable guidelines on our website by that point. So, so if you're a veteran and you, that doesn't mean you can put down, 75 planters. It just means that we're trusting you to keep yourself within those limits. The regressive side of it is we have special, I don't know what to call them in the config, like groupings of like restrictions. I have a grouping called lights, for instance, and it's got all different light types with the limits in them. I have a grouping called farms. I have a grouping called, industrial. I have a grouping called whatever. So each one of those things, if we find, let's say you're a veteran and you're just going stupid nuts with stuff, like you just put down 150 lights somewhere, I can actually, or not me, but an admin can come by and click one of those groupings on you. So yeah, you still are immune to the plugin because of your veteran rank, but now you got those things restricted specifically, like the lights or whatever the hell it was that you were violating. So that's what I mean by a progressive and regressive system. You progress off of the plugin. New players are going to log in and be like, what the fuck? This is stupid. I can't put anything. It's okay. Calm down. A couple hours of play and you'll be out from under that, umbrella. And as you rank and rank higher and higher from playtime, we're sort of trusting that you've learned that we're kind of strict on our deployables on this server because of all the plugins and all the other shit we do here. And then the regressive side of it would be, if you start fucking around and going crazy with stuff, we can kind of revert you back and put some restrictions on you. So I'll show you real quick what it does. I even customized. I spent a lot of time on this, man. I customized the. Let me think. You know what? I already hit the limit on rugs in this place. So I already customized like the feedback, so it at least tells players what the hell's going on, so they're not like, what the fuck? If you watch the feedback right now in chat, see, and by the way, I've got myself flagged as a new player right now. That's why it's limited to just that. because I was doing testing. But you can see right down there, it tells you, why we do this, what we do, and it has I haven't finished that page yet, so don't go to that page just yet. You're not going to find much information there. I've got till force wipe to get it done. But it tells you how to go there. On that page, I'm going to explain what I just explained about how you can get away from these restrictions. One last thing we're going to do is we have another flag called immunity. And if we flag you as immune, you're just fucking immune. The plugin does not even know that you exist at that point. Our goal is to have everybody flagged as immune. Like if I could snap my fingers and get my wish to come true, the whole server would just keep their deployables and their builds under control, and they would all be immune to this plugin, and we'd never have to worry about shit. It's never going to happen because new players come in and they think it's a build server. But I just want you guys to know truly from the bottom of my heart, the goal here is to get everybody immune. I don't want anybody to be restricted by this plugin. I really don't. But I think the way we're doing it now will come force wipe, where you start off being restricted by it, so you kind of it's almost like a wake-up call, like, whoa, this server is not like all the other ones where I can just start slapping shit down everywhere. And by the time you get out from under that, after you lose that new tag, you've kind of already got the point, I think that's a major disconnect here, is that players just aren't realizing. We find a farm, with 80 lights and 24 farm plots, and we're like, what the fuck? And we go look, and the player's got 6 hours on the server, and we're like, oh, well, he probably doesn't even have a fucking clue, that we don't allow that kind of shit. So I think that's the thing we're trying to do here, is just make it so that we kind of force feed those deployable guidelines to you by slapping them in your face while you're a new player, and then slowly taking them away so that you can just play the game and have fun and not have to worry about that kind of shit. But, still keeping yourself within the guidelines. But that's how the plugin works. Now, the cool thing is it's configured two different ways. It's configured by building and by player. So what's cool about it is, like you see right here, I've reached the limit of 2 rugs. But if Nola came over here to this base, he could put down a couple rugs too. And you have a building limit and then a player limit. The player limit is global for the whole map. So if I'm only allowed to put down, 10 furnaces on the whole map as a new player, it doesn't matter where I put them, it's going to stop me when I get to 10. If I'm only allowed to put down 2 furnaces as a new player, these aren't the real numbers, by the way, I'm just making stuff up. If I can only put down two furnaces as a new player, but the base can have 8, again, made up numbers. The base can have 8, so I could put down my 2, Nola could put down his 2, and Trigger could team with us and come put down his 2, and blah, 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 until we hit 8, if you get what I'm saying. So there's a player limit and then a building limit, like a base limit. So that way for clans and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about, well, I'm in a clan, there's 5 of us in here, and if we can each, you can each put down whatever until you hit that base limit for the base. So that's how the plugin limiting, or the limiting plugin works. Like I said, it'll be going live on Force Wipe. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. You guys still getting out prizes, right?
Infection's done, unless anybody has backup.
Last call on Outbreak.
I'm logging into term now.
I'm goofing off with the limiting plugin right now.
Last call on Utopia.
Oh, and also another thing with the limiting plug is I can set a threshold. I have it set to 50% right now. If you guys play with this and you think I should change it or something, just let me know. It's set to 50% right now. So once you hit 50% of the limit, it's going to start notifying you every time. Like right now, I'm at 5 out of 8, so it's already notifying me. 6 out of 8, see, it's still notifying me. 7. And it's also now, I just hit 50% of the base limit. You notice the base limit right there for the building? So it's notifying me because I'm at 50% of that. And now I just hit my limit for lights. For me personally. Now you notice I'm only 8 out of 14, so Nola could come by and put 6 more lights down here. The cool thing is it lets me group things into categories. I have like like the ceiling lights, or not the ceiling lights, but the spotlights, the search ones. They have a real low limit set in the plugin from us. But all the other lights are kind of grouped into their one thing. Like it doesn't, I can make groups. I have a group called lights right now, and it's just industrial lights and ceiling lights and, decorative type stuff like that. Or same thing with rugs. Like rugs, I have it in a group. It doesn't matter if it's a regular rug or a bear rug or whatever. It just counts them as a rug. And then some things are more specific. So just want to make sure that was clear too. All right, time to show the map. If you're not in the stream, you might want to get in it. You guys said everything's done but Outbreak?
Utopia's, I'm still waiting for one person. He's still loading into the server.
Oh, Outbreak's done?
Mm-hmm.
What about infection? Who was on infection?
Twiz.
Oh, Twiz was. That's right.
Yeah. Sorry, it's done.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm kind of spaced out.
And then Twiz has the flu, so pardon him. He's not feeling good. What about Terminator?
I'm working on it. It's just taking me forever to get loaded in.
Cool. All right. So everybody but Terminus, the empty server that hopefully will soon be full. And
Utopia.
Thought Utopia was done.
No, I went. Oh, he just loaded in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just one person is fine. Everybody else, feel free to tune in to the map preview. So this is the map that is going live on the 16th. Am I right? 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16th. And Aliana, if you have anything special you want me to make sure I don't show or do show, feel free to tell me.
I don't have anything special. Just go look around. You know.
All right.
There's a lot of really cool things. Really excited about it. Been working real hard.
All right. Hey, I remember that.
I've been writing
Ah!
about certain things too.
Laggy ass test server. I blame that on
Just
lag.
can't fly, that's all.
What happened?
Said you just can't fly, that's all.
Oh yeah, that's
you
it.
go look in that window though while you're here.
This window?
Well, yeah, you may as well. Front window.
I'm getting there. Yeah, the one with the power pole that just killed me. What am I looking at in there? I don't see it.
No, the downstairs window.
Oh, okay. Well, you said the front window. Ha. Oh, it's so Christmassy. Hello. Somebody done blew shit up in here. Ooh, loot. Remind me when I get to the second map to hit the big slope with a fucking snowmobile.
Did you configure the vehicle for it though?
Doesn't matter. It's all snow anyway.
It wasn't when I was testing it.
Really?
That's why it wasn't working right.
Oh. I'll have to look. You talking about on test 1?
Look crazy.
You talking about on test 1, right?
I think it was test 2.
Yeah, that's that's the one that needed the plugin that changed.
Yeah, the map that I worked on last year is like super snowy, so I didn't want this to be too snowy. Yeah, it's still got some work it's got to have done. I'll be busy this week trying to get everything tidied up. And huge call out, by the way. Thank you so much to the people who help with map testing. They're a godsend. Love our map testers.
Yeah, she's really, her mic's been like that for ages now. She's really quiet.
She turns me down so he doesn't have to hear me when I'm yelling.
That's not true. I have you at 200% right now. I actually turn all the other admins down because I crank my computer up really loud so I can hear you. Because I got Nola at 60. I got Nola down to 60 right now. Like for nights that me and you and him are in channel.
I bet you turned me down after tonight.
Well, you turned me on, so I got to turn you off. That was the Mountain Juice, by the way, not Aliana. Man, I can't fly.
I might end up setting on an alarm.
make somebody adjust his minicopter speed.
Oh, I should have got the perk.
You go too fast, so it won't load in.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if Control's trying to get a hold of us, but he has his hand up to speak again.
I don't even know why he's not in the channel to speak.
I don't know. It won't let him or something.
This monument was made by Peaches, the one that you're over right now.
It was made by what?
Peaches.
Oh, this one was?
Mhm.
No kidding. All right.
Yeah, she did good.
Good job, Peaches.
It's real cute. He's actually like a god tier flyer. It's just our test servers. Our test server is like a mom and pop plan. It doesn't have the backbone that our regular servers do, and you can feel it.
Our test server can barely handle like 3 players.
Yeah, it takes 20 minutes to reboot.
Yeah, it's terrible. But and flying wise, like I may be stupid at a lot of things, but I can definitely fly, especially a helicopter.
We used to be able to run this racing plugin, and he would always make these mini copter races, and like he can thread a needle with a mini copter. I'm insanely jealous.
Definitely can fly.
I can crash better than anybody.
You gotta remember though, I've got like hundreds of hours of flying real helicopters, so it's kind of cheating in the game.
I've been playing Rust for 2K hours and I still don't know how to fly a mini, so.
That's funny.
Put your feet on the ground and walk towards that ice. From the top.
I'm in Vanish. I know what you're trying to do to me. I was in Vanish.
Oh.
Doesn't affect you when you're in Vanish.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
The bloodshed.
Whoa. I'm sliding. By the way, I am not walking right now. I'm just sliding. Whoa.
Britney Spears just tried to deal damage to you, T.
That bitch.
Better watch out.
Look, chick, go back to making your bikini TikToks. Nobody cares. It's so Christmassy. I love the googly eyes. Little parkour for everybody.
Never played this game, but when I was looking up like best nostalgic Christmas video game level, everyone said Freezeezy Peak was the one.
Watch him, will fuck people up. Oh, I was gonna try to build it here. Don't forget, I have a second Christmas map to show you too. I like the bridge. It's cool.
I think it was my favorite one that I made.
Kind of slick.
I could totally thread that thing with a minicopter. What was that? Oh, light.
Peaches and I made that, and she did the decorations at Trainyard as well.
Need to connect this to the train yard.
No, you can't.
You can connect right there.
There's a little like hub thing in the middle.
There's a what in the middle?
If the track's an actual prefab, there's like a little hub thingy.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not slick enough to do a 4-way split on train tracks.
I'm just
You
saying.
come in behind me and fix all of the mistakes.
Well, I didn't mean the back part. I just meant the front part. That part
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, probably should.
Because then you could if you did a sidetrack topology right there, you could have stuff spawn on it, and then people could use it.
Ooh, that's a really good idea.
But you'd have to get rid of that locomotive though, because if you have a locomotive like that, people can't drive it. So.
Yeah, I've got a collider around it actually.
Yeah, but if you do a sidetrack topology,
That's a really good idea actually.
and stretch it, I would stretch it right about to here, because sidetrack need a certain amount of distance so they won't spawn trains. So I would try to stretch it maybe it's over to here somewhere.
Not bad idea.
See?
I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I should have Christmas music playing while I'm streaming this.
Right?
Ooh, I see a button.
Reaper, they can't see you, but
Santa? Are you in here?
Yeah, he's definitely in there. Not some surprise that Juice left for you.
Choose, you're fucking evil, dude. So this is all inside the Christmas tree, by the way, y'all. Very cool.
You want to know what? Actually, that just reminded me of an older movie called Toys.
Oh
Robert
yeah, I
Williams.
remember that. I know what this is. Well, that's mean. Bradley on the damn bridge. Especially on that specific bridge.
I didn't know what that bridge was until I put
It's,
there.
isn't
It
the
it's yeah, that bridge. That's the one. That's why I said it was mean.
It wasn't that until after.
I know. What's so funny about it?
No, Nola just thinks about it the backwards way. Juice is trying to be nice to the map testers and delivering a Bradley right to the living room.
Those might cause a problem, by the way, when somebody inadvertently destroys that quarry with the fucking horde.
They're fine. You can walk around and stuff. If you turn around and look for the snow patches, that's where the really nice looking monuments are. Although my bridge game.
I was looking at the bridge. I like the bridge.
Yeah. My bridge game has gone up quite a bit.
What was that in the river?
In the river? That was the first thing I went to.
There was something in the river.
Oh, probably a Bradley, I'm assuming. Well, yeah, just by the way you're giggling, I know it is.
Is that Christmas music?
Where's There it is.
A15 is where it's at. Oh yeah.
God, this puzzle took so many hours of. I think with that one day alone, I did like a 7-hour stream.
For like 6 hours, yeah.
It was like 6:50 by the time I was done.
We did all the electronics at this monument, and it's got some of the coolest puzzles.
I never fixed that button, did I?
Nah, but you can still work it out. The light above turns on, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I do still have a note to have you do that, and
Yeah, I can still fix it. That's no big deal.
I like your Candyland puzzle there.
Look, I'm such a lame-o that I always show off the electronics instead of the actual monument.
I actually did a bit of the electronics for Candyland. I was really proud of myself. He showed me how, but still, I did it myself, kind of.
Where's my other one? There it is. Oh yeah, that's all the stuff that makes this monument work. And yeah, I know I'm lame. I like to show the electronics. But here's the inside.
Yeah, you guys will have to have brought your thinking caps for the couple puzzles in this one. They're true logic puzzles.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bitch. I like it. Except they're not lined up anymore with the lights. Did they move or something?
No, I didn't move them.
I didn't look like they moved. Oh, it's just the angle I was looking down from, I guess. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Whew. Alright, so anyway. So yeah, come through here, come through there. Down through here, and then down into this big place.
So on our test server, we have all of our Bradleys up at any given time so we can check the pathing. And I love how every place he goes, there's just a Bradley chilling.
Yeah.
Go to Frosty Brook. Oh, there's a Bradley.
I wouldn't go down there if I were you.
Anyway, so that's one monument. I just remember working on that one, so I want to show that. It looked really cool.
Yeah, that one is really cool. I'm really excited about it.
All right, sorry to interrupt. I gotta head out, guys. I sent you the stuff to you already, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
See ya.
Yeah.
Night trigger.
Yeah, I'm out as well.
Yeah, you need to be out. Go to bed, man.
I've reached my limit.
Yep. Have a good night, bro. I hope you feel better.
See ya.
Feel better.
Damn, I outlasted those two.
Well, I mean, he's sick, and Trigger's Trigger.
I've been sick for a week.
Hey, I found the quest guy.
Term is finally done.
We
Nice.
haven't put him where he's supposed to go yet.
Yeah. I almost put him for you the other day, but I realized you didn't have town.
This evening.
Yeah, you didn't have town in the right place. Did you put town? Did you put town yet?
I have town in the right place, yeah.
Oh, well, it wasn't the other day when I went to put him. I was like, oh, never mind. So this is cool too. A little Christmas village, gingerbread village, whatever.
It's in the same place. It's just not on water. I just made the water thingy.
Gotcha. I wish these lights rendered in from further away, but people won't go that fast through it like I'm doing right now. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, yay. There's the tugboats that always spawn at 000. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next map so I can speed it up.
Yeah.
You guys ready for the next map? People in the stream. See, we were scared it was going to be the longest meeting. This is probably the shortest one we've had in a long time. We weren't even done with that FAQ till 11 something last time. I would have thought there would have been a lot more FAQ actually because of the deployable limit plugin and all that kind of stuff going on. It is what it is. Oh, really? See, it happens to us too.
What? You wanted to jump from one server to the next?
Yep.
Not.
Is Steam shit in the bed tonight or something?
Yes, sir.
But no, that happens to me every time I jump servers.
Does it?
Every time, yeah.
Do you tab out? Because it never happens to me, but I actually tabbed over that time and it happened.
Probably. I can't just sit idly. I need to be doing multiple things at one time.
Yeah, I do too, but I just don't want it to happen to me. I'm wondering if maybe that's the cause. Because I typically don't tab over. You got this dog, this spoiled ass dog got you got another toy for your birthday? This dog is spoiled as can be. Let me see your toy, bud. Man, he's so spoiled.
That's it for me, everybody. Have a great night.
Oh, good night, Juice.
Night, Juice.
Yeah, I'm with them fellas.
You
See you
didn't
guys.
you didn't outlast him by much, did you?
Doesn't matter too much.
Alright, so here's the other map.
ST.
Huh? And I'll fly this one quickly. People can go back to their evening. So here's the other map.
Good night, all.
Have a good night, bud.
Good night.
Nola, why do I feel like me and you ran this monument right here together once? I swear we did.
We did. Me, you, and Cryo.
Wasn't that the time that I tried to play like I only got like 2-3 days in? Yeah, so it was it. So I'm gonna be playing the same damn map again?
Wait, is this one? Is that small monument that was right near your base?
This is the one that you're gonna. That's
This is
after,
22.
Yeah, this is the one that's gonna get run after for New Year's. So you're not gonna.
Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right.
You're gonna play in the real old map.
Yeah, the original Christmas map. That's got the big slope I was thinking of, not this one. This one doesn't have a slope like that. That slope over there is freaking awesome. Oh, I can't look at these rocks. They trigger me. Look away.
Already left.
No, it's because they're scaled. Who knows why?
Yep. My current map, no scaling.
I don't know. It's all, hey, it's a learning process, right?
Yeah.
It's all good. Tell you what, you come a long way.
Yeah.
Long way.
Yeah, so for anyone who's watching, don't try to thread the needle on these two candy canes. You'll get your head cut off.
That's more that stretched entity thing.
Honestly, you might replace them with the other one that has no collision now.
I forgot we put Club Z on this map too. Is this where we're gonna? No, this isn't.
Yeah, that's the end of month map.
Yeah, but
you won't be playing this one. You'll be playing the other one.
yeah, I was gonna say that this one won't be for the end of the month, right?
No, it'll be for it's run after after my new map.
Yeah, so this one right here runs on the 27th.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I've been working on Club Z lately in the stream, and I gotta make sure it's all ready to go. So I couldn't remember what server I was gonna or what map I was gonna be sticking it on. But this is the club where we do our New Year's party, our New Year's Eve party. a pretty big celebration here. I mean, it's gonna look a little different because I've been working on it on a separate map. This is Club Z. Everything's all lit up with lasers and dance tiles. You can see on the floor there's like outlines of where we stick the dance tiles across the floor. There'll be lasers everywhere and all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, we got a shark with a freaking laser on his head. I mean, you can't beat it. Can't beat it. So this is the club where we hold our New Year's party. Everybody comes out here on the upper deck and watches the fireworks show, which launches from inside these. It's a huge fireworks show. It has many stages, as you can see. Lots of fun. And of course, we have our maps pretty much for Christmas. I don't know, does 23 doesn't have. Usually have like sledding courses like this where players can all like go sledding and have fun together. This one, something wrong with the electronics right now.
I don't know what's going on over there.
I mean, it's missing entire damn doors. Yeah, we're going to have to do some work on that. Oh, I don't have the damn plugin installed on here. Shit. Those aren't in the F1 menu, are they? Snowmobile?
Yeah, it's a spawn snowmobile.entity, I believe.
I got it.
Yes.
There won't be any turret limit on PvP day. We're trying to limit as many things as we can that are actually in the plugin. So just because something isn't limited by the plugin doesn't mean you don't have to follow the deployable guidelines. And on PvP day, you can go have more turrets and stuff. Just ask that people hold off on that kind of stuff unless you need them for zombies.
Definitely throw a snowmobile race on this.
But again, if the plugin isn't limiting you, you still have to go by the guidelines anyway. It's just the less things we have the plugin control, the less impactful it is on the servers. So we're trying to put as few things on there as possible and let players just... We're really just putting the problem things on there. The things that people just have been flat out ignoring the limits on and going over. We're trying to just include that kind of stuff. But, like I said, the rest of the stuff is still limited by, what our guidelines say. By the way, Aliana, or Nola, whoever's going to do it, I made a specific spot for the quest guy right here, behind this thing. I can just put him there now. I'm on the wrong map anyway, or the wrong server. But that's where he's going to go when you guys do that.
Alright.
But that's where he goes, Nola. And then I also added a helipad over here.
Cool.
That's where that's going to go.
So much nicer.
Huh?
Said you made that look so much nicer than it did.
Yeah, it just fits better like that. Alright, for the grand finale, I'll show off this monument over here.
Aliana said she wanted the NPCs to have extra grenades in the building.
No, it's so toxic.
Something
Please.
about how to increase explosion radius or something.
I'm watching this over there on the left. Anybody that's not an admin know what this place is? Come on, it's from the best Christmas movie ever.
Hey, Juke's got it.
We're missing a tree here.
Yeah, but he asked what tower that was.
There we go. That's cheating. No, that's Wookiee. And you didn't even spell it right, you Canadian.
Nakatomi Towers. Plaza.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Plaza.
I don't know if you saw my note about the staircase T.
Yeah, I did. I'm not doing it. I started to, and it was a total effing nightmare.
Okay. I guess people will just
I got it all the way up. Look, I got it all the way
later.
up to here. I got it all the way up to here, literally right up to here. And the problem was there's no way to go. There's nowhere to ingress into the damn place. There's nowhere to get in because this is all solid prefab right there. The only place you can really go in is through the solid walls on the sides here, which you don't want them going in here, obviously, as this from the stairwell. So I could either go in there, or I could try to cut into the elevator shaft here to go in. But then doing that is going to put you on top of that wood right there. So I was like, you know what?
Move the
Fuck it.
elevator shaft over and then put a staircase next to it.
No, because then you got to go down here and redo all that too.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can still see the connection where I was doing it. I forgot to delete that one. But yeah, I did that. I got it going all the way up there, but then the problem is there's nowhere to cut in. So screw it.
Damn, that sucks.
And they'll be all right. Again, it can be done maybe next year. I just don't have time to sit there and rework all that crap. Why does it look like stuff's missing?
I mean, it is. There used to be a chair there.
Yeah, what happened to it?
I don't know.
That's not good. You know, our map testers are going to have to catch that. Look, there's other stuff missing too.
Folder, and you know that's that.
You weren't using like saved prefab decor or nothing, were you? By the way, these glowing cubes are terrible.
Yeah.
I hate them so much.
Lesson learned on this map. Never again. But
Yeah.
did you maybe? Well, I guess it's too late to fix it now.
Well, it's not too late to fix it now. This doesn't go live till the end of the month.
Well, I just wonder if you opened it without having security prefabs, because I had some things secured as well, but I think that you resecured it after me because you were the one who lost.
No, I haven't secured it at all because I'm still working on it. I don't know, but there's definitely stuff. There's furniture missing from in here too, right?
Not much.
Okay. I think Facepunch changed something with furniture. You remember we haven't run this since last year. I think Facepunch changed something with furniture because
They, like, reorganized them.
in every monument of mine, all my chairs have turned up missing.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
So it's probably that. We're going to go back and replace those.
Some new folder.
What? No Bradley?
Let's test one.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Bradley would be in here. Anyway, so there you go. There's Nakatomi Plaza. Nakatomi.
Nakamura Tower.
Sakatomi. That too. Nakatomi Tower.
Oh, those islands are so cute.
They are so cute. Polar bears are my favorite though.
The polar bears are so cute.
They're so cute. Anyway, so oh, okay. More scaled rock rendering issues.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Yep. Anyway, so that's the other Christmas map. And then, of course, there's a third one, which will go live on the Force White, which isn't even on the test server right now because we've already moved on to the next ones. The one that's going live on the 7th has my favorite ski slope of all. It's a lot of fun. Although this one right here might be pretty good on a snowmobile. Actually, I'll try it even on a sled. We have to fix these gates too. Well, these ones on this side look okay. That's weird. I wonder if they're working. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It's working. Give myself a sled and give it a shot. Sled's under fun, yeah. I can see why players are like, yay, less snow, because this shit's bright. Even in the map editor, it's a pain in the ass. All the bright ass snow everywhere. Especially now that they shrunk the handles on stuff, Aliana.
Yeah.
I can't see shit when I'm trying to rotate. Alright, here we go.
Do a barrel roll.
I probably will inadvertently, that's for sure. Might even put some lines down there so you can't even tell where the edges are because it's so white. Well then,
Well.
that didn't work out so well.
We don't have soundboard in meeting.
Yeah, this slopes.
Barely.
I don't know. I think my newest slope is better.
Did that thing
one's
just
really
yeet me?
fun. Yeah, that
Yes,
one's
it
really
just
fun.
yeeted you.
The slopes are right at your own risk, in case anyone wasn't sure.
Yeah, if you die on these slopes, don't put a ticket in. They're not here to be. They're not here to be a monument. They're just here if you want to be stupid, and like just get yourself killed.
In the most fun way ever.
You ever wonder what it is about human bodies that we like to launch ourselves up in? It's just so much joy in that.
Just something amazing about turning
Oh, I need
upside
a,
down.
yeah, I need a snowmobile. Look, I just kind of like lollygagged myself over there. Yeah. Oh God, I don't know if I'm supposed to go that way. I need an adult. Yeah, you're probably gonna. Let me try a snowmobile and I'll stop. You're probably gonna need to backpack your shit when you do this.
Looks like a nice smooth trail to drive a Jeep on.
Well, definitely not for you.
What could go wrong?
Hopefully your brakes. Hopefully not your brakes.
Make sure it survives to the end. Or that.
Jesus Christ. It's snowing sideways. That's fun as shit. I love that. That's crazy that the snow was like coming down sideways. Anyway, so this is the other Christmas map. Lots of fun. Lots of custom build spots too. Alright, so I guess that's it. That's one of our shortest meetings ever, man. I like it. Thanks for coming. Anybody got any last minute anything before I shut this all down? Alright. I'm gonna shut her down.
It's Christmas, everybody.
Thanks for being here, y'all. And hopefully I'll see some of y'all Thursday when I play my wife on Terminus. I'm excited.